vegetarian.
The chicken is actually pretty good.
So I don't actually have to ever. The toilet thing never happens to me.
The chicken is good. Their new Cantina chicken is actually pretty good.
My problem with vegetarians is like, yo, if you're gonna fucking eat Taco Bell, you shouldn't even be a vegetarian.
It's called junk food vegetarian.
There you go. That's
like sometimes people are junk food vegetarian. Sometimes I'm a real vegetarian, and sometimes I'll descend into junk food vegetarian.
I mean, he's a vegetarian. He's not vegan.
If you're vegan, I've known some. How do I say this? Because we are live. I've known some big vegans. The first vegans I ever met in Cleveland that had
some BBVs, some big back vegans.
Vegan is. I just say that because vegan is like a more strict diet than like vegetarian.
You can't have wine if you're a vegan. Yeah.
Type of life.
I need to tell my mom. I don't know if she knew that.
Right. Why can't you have wine?
Because they filter it through animal skin.
Really?
A lot of sugar is for some reason filtered through fish bone. Not vegan. Being a vegan in America is difficult.
The way food
it is. I was
made.
a vegan for a couple of months.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat bread. I had to.
Mm-hmm. You gotta eat
I
special
couldn't
bread,
eat
and that
flour
special bread is
tortillas and shit.
That's wild.
Vegan desserts are bad.
Look, I'm gonna eat what I can afford. All right. If that means Mountain Dew and Taco Bell, then goddamn it, that's what I'm eating tonight.
Doesn't Taco Bell have custom Mountain Dew if you can't get anywhere else?
Yes, Baja Blast. But Baja Blast is now available in stores. They used to do it like on a seasonal thing where you could only get them in like the springtime, but I think they're permanently on the shelves now, and they taste better than what you get at the Taco Bells.
Real quick, you're watching BlurdDotRadio.
BlurdDotRadio.
You didn't get to see our intro animation. This is how far we've come up. Look at this.
BlurdDotRadio.
You have a Pikachu that you train to do BlurdDotRadio? you are an excellent Pokemon.
I just call him out of the woods. I give him some crumb cake and he does BlurdDotRadio.
You are an excellent Pokemon trainer.
Why, thank you.
Don't let anybody tell you anything different.
I never will. I am your host for this evening. My name is Mike Stidham.
Mike Stidham.
Ash Goddam is with me. Oh God, we're gonna have.
They changed the formula on the Pitch Black. It was better back in the day.
Ash Goddam.
Your foremost expert on Mountain Dew.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They'll tell you about all the red dye number 5 and.
I should be an Omega level mutant right now. Between all the red, yellow dyes shit I be eating and consuming in my diet.
I mean, instead of that, you're gonna have diabetes.
That's some power. A VTuber that's a Omega level mutant. That's too powerful for the world right
like
there.
Like Lawnmower Man or Neo. Maybe
Unplugged.
Oh my God. I was thinking more Storm, but okay.
Yeah, in the computer, there's like direct, I live in the computer superhero.
Okay, so more Freakazoid.
There you go. Freakazoid.
Or Dahak Stein, the anime.
God, them niggas were just trapped in the game.
Yes, I feel like that's when I stopped liking anime. Is when it wasn't just people throwing hands and it like got to be, I'm gonna throw this pocket monster at you, or we're gonna play some cards, or
that's not fair. That's when the genre started to diversify, at least in America.
Cool. And I'm not saying that I have a problem with that, but I'm saying like when I was a kid, it was I have a sword and I'm about to cut you in half, or my hands glow and now I'm about to box you.
I mean, it's still that. It's just this was them trying. They were just trying to introduce us into more of the like niche kind of things that Japan also liked, and also there would be like, product tie-in. So it's like, oh, buy this video game, buy these card games.
I already dealt with enough of that.
Buy these Gundam kit sets.
Yeah. Buy these toys.
Mm-hmm.
That was the 80s. In the 90s.
Yeah.
Half the Ninja Turtle characters from season 4 were just toys.
Niggas still trying to make money.
Real quick. Jimmy Ellis is back.
Jimmy Ellis is back.
And when was the last time we had you in? It was before the pandemic.
Yeah, man. We got to be between 2016 and 2019.
John the author's back.
Oh yeah.
Give him the cover your ears because this shit is loud. Maybe I deleted it. I got an applause thing somewhere.
Let's get my gum out.
Nope, we just gonna have to clap.
There you go.
Hey man, I'm glad to be back, man. I missed you, my brother.
Oh shit, I missed you too, bro.
I missed you guys.
You didn't even have lock last time.
Yeah, I'm like, what in the
A
world?
little bit of hang time going.
Man, stop it.
For sure.
We switched. Now he has locks. And I don't.
But your hair grew back in. When you said that it broke, I was like, did it break? Or are you just going bald? Jimmy Ellis is not going.
Nope. No.
It feels
He just didn't take care of his fucking line.
Yeah, they'll fall out. I think that might be what's happening on the side that you can't really see on the camera.
You're also old, so you know.
Can I curse or should I like leave it out?
You can curse as much.
Depends. Do you want your children to see this?
No.
They don't need to see it.
Then there you go.
Not until they're like, this is a NC-17 show.
It's not that bad.
You said I said no. I don't want them to see this. You got to help me solve this dilemma that I'm going through. What do I do?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. I know you're as a father, you probably have to like go into dad mode and curtail your language often. But we're single, ain't got no kids over here, so we say whatever the fuck we want.
Y'all ain't gotta be nobody role model.
Nope.
If I'm somebody's role model, well, I've been told I'm a role model a few times. It's never on purpose.
Same.
It's like,
I mean, I'm not. You could have worse people to look up to.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, John, you can cuss as much as you.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I thought we couldn't cuss.
No, we cussed last time he was there.
Oh, I didn't cuss last time because I was told.
You don't have
last
to.
time I was there, we couldn't cuss.
Don't force yourself.
I say force yourself.
No, don't force
Like
yourself.
a 5-year-old
Then it just
like,
feels weird.
Ass. Throwing swear words together that don't match.
No, don't do that.
So folks, we're gonna start off. Well, first, John, for the people who haven't seen you in a while, what you been into?
Man, I have been enjoying my retirement from rap.
What?
Oh, you're retired from it.
Okay, Jay-Z.
I mean, listen. Jay-Z, Too Short.
Yeah. I just been enjoying staying out the way, being peaceful, like being self-validated,
Nice.
and just living in my prime. You know,
Nice.
I think so often artists, we place our happiness in the future, right? Like we'll be like, "Yo, I won't be happy until I get,
$1 million check and
right, yeah. So we'll
a Soul Train award.
We'll deprive ourselves of like the basic things to you know, to shoot for that star or whatever, and I'm just, you know, I'm out of that.
You don't want the love of the craft to then turn into like a burden where it's not fun anymore. You're not enjoying it anymore.
Yeah. And it's one thing like when you become like a super adult. Like when you're in your 20s, you're an adult, I guess technically.
Oh yeah.
But when you're in your 30s, you're a super adult, and you gotta start looking at like
You're not a young man anymore. You're just a man.
You're
just a man.
No excuses anymore.
No excuses, buddy.
Yeah.
You can't be like, what? I'm 25. My brain just finished developing. No.
Right, like
You should know better now.
You can't sleep on nobody's couch and be like, man, as soon as this shit pop, he's 35.
I'm gonna reach my potential soon, nigga. You 35. You should have reached your potential.
I will say though, DMX didn't get signed to Def Jam until he was 29.
He was also a drug dealer who robbed people and like sold drugs.
And
I mean,
Okay. That's the best example.
A more less drug-filled life. Ava DuVernay did not become a director until she was in like her 40s.
But what type of lives did they live before that? Like
adult lives. Well, I can't speak for DMX, but like Ava DuVernay did have like another job that was making money, but
for sure.
she didn't actually invest in her passion until later in life.
Yes. That reminds me of Bruce Banner. Didn't he become a rapper only in his
David
50s?
Banner.
David Banner.
became a goddamn
He became a Hulk at 30.
I don't know when he became.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look that up. When did Bruce Banner become the Hulk? Or speaking of Hulk, though, Dave Bautista, he didn't get into wrestling until he was like 30.
Was he like a bouncer before that?
He did a lot of different random stuff, but he didn't get into
a few jobs.
Yeah, they listed it, but yeah, he didn't like actually become like in the ring as like a prime character or whatever until he was like 30.
Man, I'd be terrified to get in the ring at 30.
But you wanna know what's crazy? So I'm 34 now.
Damn, Diamond Dallas Page got into the wrestling when he was 40. That's why his back is fucked up.
Batista,
DDP, the guy that used to throw up the rock sign.
Oh yeah. But 30 is not old.
It's not. I say it's old, but it's only because I've been conscious for 30 years. So it's like, golly.
30 is not old.
Mm-hmm. It's I think you got to be in your 50s before, and this is gonna get morbid, but before you die, and people are like, "Oh, they were so young."
30 is a nice, mature age.
30 is your prime.
Yeah.
30
is 30 a prime number?
No,
I don't know how prime numbers work. I don't know.
It's an even. But like 30, I would say your prime years are typically between 30 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll extend it as between 30 to 50. Mm-hmm. Like they say, that's when you're gonna make the most money that you're gonna make.
Listen, that's and this is. I told John when he walked in, I was worried that he was going to be bigger than me. You build all your old man muscle between 30 and 40, and that's when like you can be that 50-year-old that the kids don't want to fight.
Also, when you got kids, you picking them up all the time.
Yeah, true.
Also, side note, Bruce Banner was 35 when he got blasted with the gamma rays. So
there you go.
See, there you
don't
go,
give
Timmy.
up on your dream.
Timmy, you was right.
I was right.
Bruce Banner was old as fuck when he became
old as fuck. We just finished saying 30 ain't old.
I mean, he wasn't Peter Parker. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peter Parker picked up on one of my rams.
Hey,
I'm done fell down.
Peter Parker was the soldier boy of superheroes.
And to be fair, Bruce Banner don't want to be the Hulk.
Right.
He just won't be left alone.
Okay.
He's one.
Which is a lot of that's a lot of us in our 30s though.
Hitchhike at the end of the show.
In your 30s is like, leave me the fuck alone to do whatever the fuck I want, whatever that is.
I feel like I did a lot of partying.
But it's what you wanted to do, wasn't it?
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. Like at 30, you can't really tell me nothing.
That's true. But John, you said you have retired from rap in your 30s.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Okay. What was the catalyst for that?
Just tired. Well, the industry is really kind of like
distract.
What pissed me off is just like Chicago niggas and like all of the fake shit and phony shit that a lot of niggas do. Even like the OGs supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, looking out, but they really just like ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, just the industry in itself. And I'm like, I had to step back and be like, wait a minute, I don't have to deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we were talking before about music returning to its rightful place with you instead of being a career goal. You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, man. Like we were talking about how I view it, right, and what makes it most useful. You know what I mean? And like I think as an artist, when I step away from trying to be like an industry success, I can fully appreciate music for what I really believe God gave it to us for. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I think about, I got 6 fucking albums. I've been doing this shit for 15 years. You know what I mean? Every album that I ever created, I put my heart into it. So no one, and like with the validation that I give to myself, no one can tell me that I haven't been a success because I didn't sell 1 million records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you go back and you listen to what I created, what God put in my spirit to talk about. You know what I mean? If you remove your idea of what a successful artist looks like, you'll be like, yo, this guy's the truth.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
now, what does that involve? Because I'm hearing that if somebody listens to this and they say, I want to hear his albums. What's the difference between John the Author on album 1 and John the Author on album 6? Like what changed?
Me. So my first album I was 19 years old. I was coming out of high school. I was in my first couple of years of college. Like, you know what I mean? So it was the mindset of a 19-year-old trying to figure itself out. And then like my second album was, wait a minute, I'm really seeing some shit that I didn't pay attention to as an adolescent. And it's making me angry. So I entered like a real like activist stage, right? I entered a phase where it was like, you know what? I have the solution for all of the world's problems. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I started really paying attention to my blackness and like, you know, and then like as you continue to grow,
right.
You know, you go into phases, you come out of phases, but all of those phases stack up. And they ultimately shape and mold who you are currently. So now I'm 34, I'm matured. I understand that, you know, you don't get everything that you want, but you can get, you know what I mean? You can get what you need, you know what I mean? Take a little, give a little. And I'm more calmer, I'm more subtle, I'm more patient. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And that's why the last
sophistication.
That's why the last album was called Sophisticated Rap.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when I go do a show, I'm not finna take my shirt off and run around the stage and act like a monkey. I'm most likely get a bar stool, sit that motherfucker, grab a mic and give you some bars. You know what I mean?
Bars.
And you gonna sit down and you gonna drink your wine or drink your whiskey and you gonna enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like a grown ass adult. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's the difference. You know, my music evolved with me, and that's what I think true artistry. That's what I think true artistry looks like. Your music is a reflection of who you are.
Absolutely. And that academic conduit.
I think too, as a an independent artist that's not beholden to the industry, you're allowed to do that more often. Like very few artists are able to let their sound experiment, let alone mature or age with them. Like that's one of the biggest talking points out here when people compare Drake to Kendrick. They're like, Drake, you're in your 40s and you're still referring to yourself as the boy. Where's the man? Why are we still talking about the kind of topics that you be rapping about when you were like 20 and stuff like that? Like, why aren't you settled yet? Meanwhile, Kendrick's albums, and I don't know if it's just, I think it's partly due to him being a part of TDE, and not many people really concentrating on him as hard. Like I feel like some of them were like underestimating him, honestly. So he was able to kind of fly under the radar and let his music experiment and mature and talk about the topics that he wanted. Because like To Pimp a Butterfly is not damn. You know, it's not Mr. Morale. You're not always gonna be able to bump these in the club, but there's a clear message that he's trying to depict in those albums because of where he was at that time in his life.
Right.
And I appreciate him for doing that. You know, is every song I'm going to sit there and listen to again? No. But again, I appreciate that effort of trying to express what you're going through in life in the form that you want to.
Absolutely.
And not caring if it's going to do numbers or not. Like, you feel this is something that somebody out there is going to appreciate what you're saying.
Or even you appreciate it enough to
just being able to get it out. Just being able to get it out can be cathartic. Whatever that art form is, whether anyone even sees it. It could just be something that only you see and maybe a close partner or family member, and that's it. But you got it out there. You can say that you completed it.
That's what I want music to be. I feel like every album should be a journal entry.
I agree.
Your music should grow with you. And John, to your first point, the industry stifles you, and we've seen people get stifled by that.
You can hear it on the albums.
Yeah, we've seen people start off one way, get in a certain stream, then try to go, and all of a sudden they're stuck in a contract, and you can't release music anymore. So many people we hear fall off because they wanted to do something different, and the industry said, no, that's not what we signed you for.
I always think of Lupe Fiasco's Laser album. Like, literally just be on the track sometime, just demolishing the fact that he has to make this album and he don't want to. It's like, jeez. Or even like Cardi B early on, she'll be on like Snapchat or something bemoaning the industry. It's like, it's heartbreaking to hear that, especially when people go in thinking like, yo, I finally am getting that big break, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. So when artists are able to have their masters and stuff like that, I'm like, thank God. Like, I didn't even know that was such a big deal to have your masters. I always thought, like, what do you mean? I thought you had your music.
And it makes you want to cry when you think about like all of the great artists who really have something to say, but because they willing to play the game, they weren't able to say it. Like, how much of a disservice is the industry doing to the world? How much of a disservice are we doing to God when we're not able to speak valuable truths that can live on for generations? You know what I mean? And it's like, I always tell people when it comes down to like the Drake versus Kendrick conversation, Drake had to fall.
Drake was getting it like Ja Rule.
Because it's like, you can't be like hip hop, black culture in itself, Black American culture comes from struggle. It comes from struggle. And like a lot of the tools that we've created were tools to help us get out of that struggle.
Absolutely. Or at least lighten our burden and lighten the burden of the people listening to the music.
And you can't call yourself king of hip hop, or you can't be king of hip hop, which Drake was for a very long time.
True.
And
with Ghostwriters.
But no one cared. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not take things out of context. Kendrick was the only one to take Drake out. He was the only one qualified to take Drake out. Because and I know, so let me try to stay on point though. He had to fall because you cannot be king of this culture and only speak to the negative side of this culture and only feed the negative side of this culture. You can't do that, especially as a biracial Jewish guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, like, you're standing next to Sexy Red, who is obviously a disgrace to this culture. You can't tell me this girl hasn't been touched at some point in her life. That's why she's so, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry if I'm triggering anyone, but like her behavior, you know what I mean, resembles that of someone who has had some, and this is the behavior we want to promote. So,
or even like, say she does have
ghetto music. Ghetto music gonna be ghetto.
Say that Sexy Red does have some. Say that she does have some trauma in her past.
I will bet
the way that she's well, I won't even say she's working it out, but like, if she was maybe working it out through like lyrics or something, because like the sexy rapper thing is nothing new. I mean, I don't consider what she's doing necessarily sexy. It's skimpy. I'll give you skimpy, but it's not necessarily sexy in the way that like, Little Kim was back in the day. Like Little Kim was like the sexy, but like had the bars and all that.
Right.
And this is really is the sex appeal doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Same with like Ice Spice. And again, I'm not opposed to women showing skin or nothing, but I need the bars, and like there's not too many female rappers I feel like are getting their due in that respect.
Yeah, it's because the ones who can rap don't get the same spotlight.
They don't, unfortunately. I feel like because like for me, Doechii is getting there. Like she can do both the sexy, but she can also do the bars. Her artistic vision for her videos in general are really cool to look at, And then you'll have someone like Thought Squad. Her
Dot Squad.
Thought Squad.
Thought Squad is a BlurdCon.
Yeah, she has the she has the lyrics and bars of like, you know, on the goofy, campy side. You know, it's not too serious. She's not necessarily leaning into sexy like other people. Same with like Fly On a Boss. Theirs too is very much goofy and campy. But bars are there.
But my problem with the culture, especially on the industry level, on a mainstream level, is there's no filter and there's no divider, right? So Sexy Red is okay. I cannot complain about her if she's put into like an adult category. Right? It's like, yo, it's right. It's like, yo, this is adult music. Like, so we're not gonna play her on contemporary radio. Like, we're not gonna play her on mainstream radio. We're not gonna allow this to make it to, you know what I mean, the top 10 if we really say we're a country and a culture that values kids. If we know that, you know, 90% of our listeners are children. As responsible adults, we're not going to allow this type of content to become mainstream and cool to our kids. But the fact that we don't do that at WGCI, we don't do that at Power 92, we don't do that on like the BET or MTV, we allow this content to become the prevailing content for children to consume. That's when responsible adults gotta step up and just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's it's adult music, but it's made popular by kids.
I want to back on that.
Kids like the trashy stuff.
Thinking about what gangster rap has done to us as a whole, and like you said, when we were kids, I had to get a friend of mine to dub tapes for me.
Mike, what is the discussion happening exactly? Since I just jumped in here.
What's that?
Well, what's the discussion we're having since I just kind of randomly jumped in?
I was talking to John about retiring from rap, and then we started talking about what mainstream rap has become and the influences that mainstream rap goes by now.
Okay, gotcha.
Are you feeling better now? You get to indulge.
Yeah.
He hasn't done the weeds in a few weeks.
Like coming home.
Welcome back. Well,
Ashley, I would like to ask you a question. Ashley, right?
Yep.
What do you think about some of the sexy rappers that actually? Is there a sexy rapper out there that has bars while being sexy?
For me, it's Doechii, but she's not exclusively sexy.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg. Well, I like Meg, but I don't necessarily care for her bars as much as I do Doechii.
Yeah, man can't really rap like that.
Like again, visually,
I disagree with that.
Visually, I like. Well, again, just comparing the two. If we just have Meg on her own, I like her as an artist. I like her visual, especially seeing where she started and where she is now. I love that for her. But the lyricism is just not there for me. But I like her as a person. Like I like her.
I feel like even if she wanted to say something deeper.
I mean, and she did. She's done that in a couple of her albums.
But she be lying on her pussy though. Like, I don't believe nothing. The bitch can't be deep. You be lying on your pussy.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Hey, I'm retired. I can be like, I'm like the Joe Brown of rap. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say.
Her last two, like, in speaking to John's point before of like letting artists express themselves in their albums, she has tried to touch upon deeper subjects in like at least two of her albums. But again, I'm just talking in terms of like her flow and stuff. It's not my favorite, but I'm not gonna turn her off immediately like I would Sexy Red.
Well,
and her sex appeal, I feel like, is a more heavy lifter than Doechii.
Doja Cat, you mean?
No, not Doja Cat.
Though,
to be fair, I do like Doja Cat as well.
Before we get too far, I just want to make sure that I get my point out about the erosion of hip-hop culture that I think started, and I'm being careful when I say this, because as a hip hop fan, somebody's gonna get mad at me for this. When
always
we
gonna be mad.
focused more on gangster rap lyrics and the industry started seeking out gangster rap. Now you look at hip hop up until like 1998. Around 98 is when all of a sudden you find people starting rap careers as a starter business. You have record executives taking over, record executives and their program directors taking over the radio. And you have this erosion of the diversity that used to be rap. I guess it's the opposite of erosion. It's like this narrowing of what we can talk about to get a record deal. And I feel like everything we're saying today is a product of that. While Snoop was out, you also had Diggable Planets. You also had
Queen Latifah.
Ladies First. You had, and I'm not even trying to say like hyper masculine versus hyper feminine. I mean, like you just had a large swath of music. It's why when Eminem came
rap
out,
was diverse. You had funny rappers. You had rappers.
Yeah.
You had southern rappers. You had
there was just certain niches of that the mainstream wanted to focus on and try to paint as this is what this genre is as a whole.
And now all that has been pushed away. Every bit of it has been pushed away. R&B music pushed all the way out. Remember when people would talk about Baby Take Me Back, Baby I'm in Love? What's R&B music now? It's rap.
Yeah, it's just rap.
Everything became rap.
But whose fault is that?
That's what I was going to say. Is I don't know who's. It's so many people are
music execs. That's the people who have the money.
But then there's also the rappers who held on to something and then sold themselves out.
It's Diddy's fault.
Partially. Now, when I say 1998, Diddy was in there.
It all started with Diddy.
By 97, by 98, Tupac was dead. Biggie was dead.
He killed everyone so he could turn the industry gay. Everyone knows this. And so
I'm about to cut your mouth.
That's what's wrong.
At the end of the day, though,
going down bad roads.
It's kind of a double-edged sword because while there are certain artists and sounds that execs are going to try to push to the mainstream, we're also able to find a lot more artists on our own and push them to the forefront.
While I hear that, there's still a lot of control.
No, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying in terms of if we want to make our own
I'm not
little.
saying that you're wrong. While there are people making playlists on their own, while there are, I mean, you look at Griselda and how they came up. Griselda came up because they stuck to their guns and didn't take a deal right away. Going back to Master P, stuck to his guns, didn't take a deal right away. But now we have such ridiculously heavy control on top. You have Leor Cohen, head of the guy that used to, sadly, who helped so many of these rappers come to prominence, now using his power to make sure that nothing substantial gets through. He did a Breakfast Club interview where Charlemagne said, how could you say all these things when you're the one promoting pill popping music? And he was like, oh, I have to make money. And it's like, yeah, that's always what it was.
You die a hero, you live long enough to become a villain.
There you go. And he's definitely, I think he was a villain in the first place. But he's more of a villain now. And you have so many of I started collecting Source magazines to bring it back to Blurred House. And I got the Power 50 from 2015, and I think the Power 50 issue from 2005. Those people that are in the 2015 Power 50, real pieces of shit. Like, when you look at who they are, what they've done, and then what they're in court for. The people, at some point, we let the wrong people take the reins. And I feel like those people were paying the right people just long enough to push them out the way. Redman saved Def Jam in 1992. Redman couldn't get in the building in 2005.
Sounds like business.
I mean, and that's the problem. And it goes back to, I think I was saying this before the show. Shout out to Prop in LA.
Shout out.
Prop was the one who went online and responded to people saying, where are all the black people in the breakdancing competition? By saying black people decided to jump onto one element of hip hop, maybe two. The rest of it went around the world, and the rest of the world kept breakdancing, doing graffiti, all the other elements. We focused on the money making, and that's the one that the white execs want.
Mm-hmm.
So we sold our part of the culture out by just doing this thing. The culture was held together by at least 5 elements, because who knows? You talk to people, they'll tell you there are 82 elements of hip hop. There were 5.
The 99th.
There were
37
5
chambers are 37 chambers of hip hop.
There you go. I mean, if we're being real about it, we can say that each one of those things. But this was the community. This was a self-sustaining, self-supporting. It had its customs, it had its mores, and we decided to go for this one. Then we turned all our lyrics to sex, money, and drugs. 2024, here we are.
But you know what's crazy though? We didn't do that. Like, the industry did that, and it preyed on like poor people to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I remember like going into GCI, and like I knew a lot of the DJs who worked up there and shit like that. I would see them in the clubs, and like I would
tell people what the GCI is.
WGCI it's like the #1 hip hop station in Chicago. And I remember like talking to the DJs, and like even like the Power 92 interacting with like the actual program director, and like these motherfuckers heard like good quality conscious music on a daily basis. It's not like, oh, where is it? Like, no, artist was creating it. You know what a lot of DJs told me? What's that? Well, you need something for the club, or you need something that people can dance to. You know what I mean? So it's like the concern was never like, okay, how can we? Because the bottom line, he who controls the music controls the youth. You know what I'm saying? So there was never industry concern on, okay, how can we make the youth more conscious? It was like, yo, how
when you say industry concern, you mean like specifically from the office?
Yeah, from the office. It's like, no, how can we keep these niggas dancing? And you know what I'm saying?
Or just any masses in general. That's why Fox is all up Taylor Swift's ass, because she got like the young white chicks in her back pocket.
I don't think I've ever heard a Taylor Swift song.
And it's like
you probably did and just didn't clock it.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you talk about how the hip hop industry is not making us more conscious. It's just like we don't focus on that as America, not to sidetrack, but to make a point. TikTok in China for children is just educating children with different math problems, with different history things. But TikTok here is just the circus that it is, because China recognizes that they need to educate the youth, but we don't educate the youth using music.
And that goes into regulation. And like one of the things that's horrible about our culture is like niggas don't want to be regulated. Niggas want free reign to run around and fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, yo, you need regulation, bro.
And there used to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Time where, like I said, when Snoop started rapping, I remember in Cleveland, 93.1 was like, nope, we're not playing this. And while I can say I grew up with enough around me that I could listen to gangster rap and I didn't want to go out and rob people, there were people around me that didn't have that discernment, who didn't have that support at home to say, no, that's ridiculous. I'm not bailing you out of jail.
Man.
Or even just having the ratings on CDs. Ratings on CDs, rating on video games. Like, back in the day, that actually meant shit. Like, you wouldn't be able to get certain CDs and video games, but like nowadays, you can buy the stuff online, you can stream it. Like, there's nothing. It's harder. Like, as a parent,
I was watching porn the other day. And that shit, like, I clicked on this video. I was finna rub one out, and that shit was like, "Are you 18?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I gotta do is say yeah.
Listen,
I'm like, "Damn!" All I had to do was say, "Yeah." Like, you're not gonna like.
Remember back in the Skinamax days?
I don't got your no ID.
Remember back in the Skinamax days where it said, if you are under 18, you can't watch this. Contains nudity, sexual situations. That didn't mean you were like, oh man, I got to turn this off. It was like,
now back in the day, back in the day, we actually had parental controls on our TV. So
that
didn't exist.
Yeah,
that's the thing. The thing is not that there's less regulation. Is it that the people, parents?
Yeah, I was about to say
access to people. The access is insane. Like somebody mentioned TikTok. Yeah. That's part of the thing that like everybody, instead of trying to make albums, make viral songs. That's what actually makes you money. The amount of
because you're making a 10-second clip.
Like it's wild. Like I had a parent who came into the comic book store when I was first in my early years of working, and like she bought all these bloody ass Punisher comics. Where I swear this kid had to be only like 10, and I'm like, this is really violent. And she's like, okay. I was like,
yeah.
Like I'm trying to like,
yeah, and that's the thing I meant to.
You want to like buy this for this child?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So like, it's not a proper regulation. That the people who are closest to like, being in charge of children aren't actually, being in charge of their child.
And that's part of the point I was trying to make in the sense that, again, back in the day, my mom was on it. If it says you got to be such and such age, she's not buying it. The TV was blocked for everything that was not like TVY7. I know there'd be some Disney movies that are like PG, and my TV would just block it. I'm like, Mom,
something wicked this way.
The Disney Channel's been blocked right now because of the child block you got on it. So she's had to come in and put the code in. You had to be active in your child's life, but a lot of parents nowadays, they aren't putting in that same kind of effort that my parents did to make sure I wasn't watching anything they didn't want to do. There are still things there that parents can do, but because there's so much more access, you got to be a lot more active in paying attention to what your kids are doing.
Yeah, and there's so much more.
And like
stuff.
The parents, are the main ones that's supposed to be regulating what their children watching. But it'd be nice if the world helped with the regulation, but it doesn't, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
But the rest of the village is shoving violence and gangsterness down your throat, while some parents are trying to stop their children from becoming violent from it. Because one of my main beliefs, I completely agree every time. I don't know if it's popular with y'all or not, but I completely agree every time someone says video games is making our children violent, cartoons is making our children violent, music is making our children violent. I don't care that it's making me violent and making the people around me violent. I'm gonna keep watching it, and I don't want it to go away. But I still believe it is making people violent. Like I feel as if some people just say, "Well, no, it's not," because they want it to not stop. Well, I don't want it to stop either, but I still will admit that it's affecting people's psychology. It's brainwashing, and I really see that in people.
I think that to answer it two ways, people have always been violent for one. But on the other side, a thing that I end up saying a lot is a concept that I want to say Taxstone introduced in an interview. He said you got to think for the dummy. There's a certain level of violence, hatred, ritual that if you say it to the right person, they're going to act on it. You tell the right white person that black people are violent, they're going to think, oh, I need to have a gun in my house because that little black kid next door is going to try to rob me one day. And people aren't, a point that I don't think we think about enough is how many things we have to block the access to. When I was a kid, we had 12 channels. And a lot of those channels went off at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, nowadays, you have It's why Saturday morning cartoons were special, because they only came on Saturday morning. Nowadays, a kid can get Netflix, watch Saturday morning cartoons that we grew up with at 3 in the morning. The TV doesn't shut off. The internet is always there. So just the range of things that kids can get into is crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, it really just takes. I think that we've gotten so big that the only way to go is to shrink back down in any way that you can.
But that's not going to happen. So we need a better realistic.
Well, I mean, like individually, you have to, because time doesn't go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
It never will. It never has.
It only does the stories.
Yeah.
That's the fantasy,
and it usually goes bad in those stories. If you make time go.
So I just got done reading this book called The 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. Really great author, by the way. And in the conclusion, I was telling Jimmy this on the way here. It talks about information.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole book was about like, all right, yo, look. So in the past, information was like this. Whoever had the most information ruled the world.
Mm-hmm.
But now we live in a world where everybody has all of the information.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about whoever has the right information.
And what they do with it.
Yeah, and what they do with it.
Of course, what you do with it, but whoever has the right information rules the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, remember when like the whole thing with Trump was like, yo, that's fake news.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse. But like what we also don't pay attention to, especially in our community, is cheap news.
Mm-hmm.
We don't pay attention to cheap news, right? So cheap news is like you wake up and you look at your phone and you see, oh, Ice Spice is beefing with Lotto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking Jonathan Majors just got in trouble for fucking, smacking the shit out of his white girlfriend and some shit. It's like, yo, this is cheap news. Like, none of this shit really affects our life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing this shit will not make my life any better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we've been brainwashed as a culture. Like, we trick ourselves talking about representation matters and I get it, but fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what information can you obtain that you can actually utilize and apply to your daily life to make your situation better for you and your fucking family? Cheap news is free. You know what I'm saying? Fake news is the shit. I mean, real news, quality news is the shit you got to subscribe to that Apple News app for. That's the shit that's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say that Apple News app.
Yeah, but I say that's
like
there's another one that like
that's part of the problem is that news is no longer free and accessible. Like everything's behind a paywall. That's part of the issue. That's a bigger issue than just.
Also, real quick, before you get in that, 12-foot ladder. Type in
12-foot ladder. I had that shit too. Yeah.
It won't get you every single paywall, but it'll get you over a lot of
it. Gets you over most.
Yeah.
You gotta like try to tell somebody to pay for it when a newspaper used to be $1 or 35 cents. Now they want $6.
Information.
For what? Like information should always be free, especially when like we live in a world where news that is fake is far more accessible and easy. And real news should be as accessible as that bullshit.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, my brother. I love you, but information should always be.
That's part of it, but for making people like I'm a free range person. There's too much capitalism coming through the pipes in terms of like news. That's part of the reason why Amazon owns Washington Post, because that allows them to like how the flow of information is basically being cut in half, because now we're allowing corporations to say what is important, because like
corporations.
But my thing,
then there's corporate news, and we get both of those. We don't get like a lot of the real news, which is actually still free, but you gotta know where it is.
Exactly. So information is free, even the real news, but it has to be wanted, it has to be desired, it has to be sought. So a lot of people.
Let me throw this out here. I got an English degree, right? Doesn't get you much.
Congratulations.
But the thing that don't congratulate me on that, I'm still paying it. What having an English major does teach you how to do is to discern information, to look at the source of where the information came from, who is the author, what does the author believe, what might be the slant that this author is putting on their words. Nowadays we have, I would take the cheap information, John, that you just talked about, and say it's free and available because people don't discern what actually being said. It's the reason why a company that's called Sinclair owns most of the local news in the country. There are videos of local news broadcasts using the exact same phrases at the exact same time about the exact same stories. Because we have to be able to say, and this is one of the reasons why you have, I feel like so many media mergers is because if you put all the power here, they can hide where the source came from. If they can hide where the source came from, they can tell you whatever they want.
Yeah.
And if they tell you, you have news publications. Somebody just got caught doing this recently. There was a pro RFK ad and there was an anti RFK ad made by the same company because they're just going to go where the money is. Damn. Like when it comes to journalistic integrity, that shit went out the window with Trump's presidency. If it was there in the first place. So we got to get better at citing sources. When you hear somebody say something that you feel like might affect your life, ask them, what's your source on that? Mm-hmm. Where'd you get that?
But who walk around remembering their source? I don't like that shit. Like, I feel like that's
I do.
And I love you.
If it's important.
I'm not trying to be combative. I got nothing but respect for you. I guess I'm just like, I've been drinking a little bit too. But like,
is there alcohol in that?
Yes.
You over here drinking by yourself?
Lord,
the way you just said that though. But no, when it is something of importance,
yeah,
like the source, it's not like I just got like a receipt in my back pocket, but it's something that I'm gonna take note of.
We don't.
Cite your source. Like, all right, nigga, go to www.motherfucking.
Yeah.
I
remember that shit.
I feel as if like people don't remember their sources, but they should. Like,
no, I ain't got time.
I'm not saying
I'll be like, nigga, I read somewhere.
Nah,
you should remember it because
believe me.
The name of believing, the name of being accurate and giving good information, we should really remember our sources, just like we remember other things.
No,
we have
and I'll keep saying we don't have to carry it around in our brains. We can just be like, hold on.
Exactly. It's Google. Just Google it.
How many times with the people on the show, with my best friend Darren, who I hit him up about the sound. How many times have I said, "Oh, is that true? Send me $1."
I'm not
and then immediately Googles it.
Yeah, that's because I can look it up.
I'm not doing that shit in an informal conversation.
No.
Now, if I'm doing a goddamn
speech, that's because you don't hang around me enough. Because I'd be like, where'd you get the information?
That's literally half our show is Google it. Google it. Run it back.
I ain't gotta prove shit to you. I said what I said. Go look it the fuck up if you want to.
See, and then I'm gonna look it up. There
you go.
Like, we'll look it up.
You mean this?
If I'm doing a speech, and I'm like, I gotta like deliver some shit to people. Then I'm gonna be ready to cite my sources. But I'm not doing it, nigga. I'm just drinking and talking shit with.
I just want you to know, I drink and I talk shit. And
let's say,
I can.
See, here on BlurdDotRadio, we might talk some shit, but we gonna try to back it up with some actual receipts, and that's why the show be going so long sometimes. Cause we're like, nah, cause I saw the article.
And y'all are my favorite Instagram page. Like everything y'all post is funny as fuck.
For sure.
I'll be like, these niggas is crazy. It's the most random and shit.
But I do have family that's like you, John. My mom and stepdad be posting stuff in the group chat talking about a friend of a cousin's whose friend posted this on Facebook, and I'm like, where's the post?
Mm-hmm.
At least show me the post so then I can do my own research, because it always sounds like some bullshit.
So here's the thing. This is why you got to be careful about shit like that, because it's so easy for you to be manipulated. Oh, so you just got to see it in writing? Watch this. Let me go type some shit down.
No, but that's why I said I got to do my own research. Like, okay, you can make something fake. You can make something fake, and I can do my research, because like even when it comes to articles, I'm still gonna try to watch.
That's all the people who believe in the Bible.
I'm gonna try to read multiple. I'm gonna try to read multiple sources. Like even when it comes to like
history of the Bible, you can look
like
up
I'll like especially like I'll look at because like Fox and MSNBC are biased. Like they're gonna be biased to their sides. But I'm still gonna try to watch both of them to see like how are they gonna spin this story.
I'll say on
and see if there's any through line.
I'll say on top of that, the through lines can be hard to see because I feel like a lot of the left and the right publications will post opposite stuff and they're both wrong.
Yeah. And then I have to go find someone that's neither of them.
You have to watch C-SPAN or PBS.
Oh
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't just rely on one news source, but I still try to see how are they gonna spin it in their favor. Like how are they purporting this stuff? And even I can sit here and be like, yo, y'all trying to push a narrative. I see what you're doing, but I just want the facts. You know, so it's like you just got to be able to know that everybody is trying to push their ideals. Mm-hmm. And just be wary that you're not always going to get the whole truth from one particular source.
Well, folks, it's time to start Blurred Out.
Blurred it out.
We've been here for what? An hour? That's pretty good for us.
It's been an hour?
Yeah.
That wasn't anybody to blurt out. That was just.
It was kind of.
We started off talking.
That don't make me.
We wanted to catch up with John the author. Hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah, because you guys DJ Alokari shout out John, the author, all the time.
That's my brother. I love Elo. Me and him did. We did a bunch of shows together.
You all did. Was it Jazz Fest? Taste of Chicago.
Taste of Chicago. We would do like.
Oh, Taste of Chicago was this weekend.
Well, yeah, and I heard CeeLo did it. I was like, yo,
yeah. CeeLo was here on Friday.
Underrated Southern rapper in the world.
Man, CeeLo was
Goody
my favorite.
CeeLo?
Man, he's in my top 5.
I really and a lot of people might object to what I'm about to say, but I put him up there with Andre 3000.
Oh, arguably, he might be a little bit over.
Maybe.
Because when you listen to some of those songs that they did together, CeeLo out-rapped Drake.
CeeLo was a monster.
But niggas gonna be ready for that conversation because he's short and round.
But he's short and round.
No, I'm crazy.
He's talking about the guy. See, he don't even know.
Yeah, the guy that did Crazy. He was in Goody Mob.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See, nigga. Boy, I just got mad at you a little bit. That's the only CeeLo song you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which one you know? Which one?
Crazy.
And then I know that.
Oh, Crazy? No, I like that other one.
About how he didn't get no play when he was a kid. But
you better get up, get out, and get something.
Oh, nowadays, that's life
fast by.
Hold on, what was the one he did? I never know the name of the song. I just he's singing the song.
You did Freak.
Getting Grown is my favorite CeeLo song.
Honestly, both of those Gnarls Barkley albums are just classics.
Did you know?
I'll Be Around. Okay, I didn't know that was the actual name of the song, but I'll Be Around is my favorite one.
Him and Danger Mouse, the Gnarls Barkley albums they did, those are my favorite. Those are two of the best albums.
Crazy is a huge commercial success. CeeLo and Danger Mouse did independent.
Yep.
Oh, The Lady Killer was a really great album too. I don't know if anybody was up on that.
That's how we do it around these
parts. That was an R&B album.
What was it? I remember the first one.
He wrote that with Bruno Mars.
Before Bruno Mars was popular?
Yeah. Bruno Mars was like Barbara.
Oh, he's 5'7"?
That's the album that got F you on it. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you.
My favorite CeeLo Green verses, especially Goodie Bag and Decision on Soul Assassin by DJ Muggs. Both of those verses
Soul
are
Assassin.
Fantastic.
Have you heard Big Old Words? The CeeLo?
CeeLo? Who made that?
CeeLo.
You said with CeeLo. Big Old Words. I gotta look that one up.
You're like, damn.
First of all, I stand a little more than 5 feet tall, but we can still brawl, nigga. I ain't scared at all. Started one of my favorite verses. What are we doing?
God just want me to enjoy the moment. God just want me to not record and be present.
There you go.
Let me be present.
Also, keep the government out of the show. You can't do that there.
I'm sorry.
They're all over. Ashley, what do you blurt out about?
Okay.
You gonna do the drop?
Oh, Ashley.
Blurt it out. What am I blurting out about? I'm not so much blurting as I am stressing about this editing competition. I have essentially 12 days to try to come up for some shit.
I'm in the same boat. But,
it's
a mural project.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It like they constrict me so much in terms of like the movies I can even use,
Who's doing the competition?
It's my industry's competition. It's called Camp Kuleshov. So every year they do like a curated list of movies. Some of them that are like fucking hard to find on top of that, and then you gotta try to like find the DVD, find a way to rip it, whatever it is, you gotta find a way to get this footage, and that's half the competition is trying to find this shit. Only to find the movies. You sit there, you watch the movies, and you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Like,
you want some good bootlegging site?
No, I have the movies. That's the thing. Like, I managed to get 3 movies that I thought I was going to be able to work with. Part of the competition is also they tell you what the genre is for the movie. Like, they make up some like almost arbitrary genre for the movies that you're using, and then you have to switch that movie's genre into something else on the list.
Okay.
So the movies I'm working with are The Martian, Kimmy, and what was the other one? Moon.
Okay.
And this is how this is the genre they have for it. So Kimmy is considered a technological mystery.
What's Kimmy? Oh, Kimmy, the one with
Kravitz.
Yeah. I like that one.
Technological mystery. The Martian is a survival story.
That's sci-fi.
And Moon, what the fuck would they have Moon as?
Sci-fi survival again.
Artificial intelligence as a main character.
Spoiler.
Which
I'm not blaming you for that,
but even then, when watching the movie, the artificial intelligence isn't necessarily the main character. He's like a side character.
Oh, you didn't see the movie?
No, I seen the movie.
Well, remember he's a clone.
That's not artificial intelligence, though.
Not?
It's a clone.
All right. Sorry, artificial clone.
Yeah, because the little robot dude, he's the AI.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those are the 3 genres I have to work with and swap from each other. And right now, I'm thinking of combining The Martian and Moon and making that into one of the other genres was men behaving badly. So might do something with that. Or Kimmy as a Quentin Tarantino obsession.
Oh.
Because they also had Jackie Brown on the list, which is, in their words, a Quentin Tarantino obsession. In this case, Pam Grier.
He does exploitation movies, I guess.
Yeah. So I feel like I could possibly turn Kimmy into a Quentin Tarantino-esque trailer.
Does she show her bare feet anywhere in there? Because
no, she doesn't. I mean, there's like a sex scene.
What Quentin Tarantino is.
There's like a sex scene, but you're not really seeing nothing in it. And as a movie on its own, Kimmy was okay, but Quentin Tarantino likes to be bombastic with this stuff, like So it's a lot. So trying to figure out how to put Kimmy into a Quentin Tarantino style trailer, or The Martian and Moon into men behaving badly, using only the clips and audio from those movies, are doing my head in.
Yeah, that was both of those movies had like one person in them for most of them.
Yeah, and they not really
doing anything that
exciting.
Yeah.
I gotta tell a whole new story. Like, I gotta make this sound like this is a whole new movie.
Interesting.
And this is getting on my nerves.
So I don't understand. Are you video editing?
Yes.
Ash is a video editor.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've entered this competition, Premiere Pro and Avid.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I've done this competition before. I've gotten runner up years ago.
What'd you get runner up for?
I did. What's that one movie about the killer car? Christine. I turned Christine into a romance. And I called it Drive By.
I started moving Christine.
By with B-I. Now, because listen, this is the thing too, because sometimes when I'm watching a movie, the premise will just come to me. I'm like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. So when I was watching Christine, I'm like, his relationship with his friend feels a little more than friend. Like,
oh, God.
I would, no, like in the sense that like, his friend clearly cared for him. Like in the movie, he's not. His friend, like, I was expecting his friend, the jock, to be more of like a bully type, but no, he like was really looking out for his mans. But it was just the way it was acted. It was like I could see people interpreting this as different. So I made it into like a 3-way love triangle. I'll send you the trailer for it to what I cut. I thought I did a great job on it.
Okay, so you're taking movies that's about something and then making them seem like they're about something else?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's gangster.
It's hard though.
Sure it is.
It is, and because again, you know, and I also try to use movies that I'm not familiar with. Otherwise, I'm going to be too attached, you know? So I've never seen Kimmy. I had never seen The Martian, never seen Moon. I had never seen Christine. I did not go into Christine thinking, I'm going to make this into a romance. So it's just like, oh, I've never seen Christine in, I forget what category they called it. But I was like, let me just watch this. And this, as I'm watching, I'm like, I could make this a romance. But almost every year, somebody turns a movie into a gay romance. Every year. And I'm like, that's too easy. I've already done that in a way that felt natural. In terms of like what the movie was giving. I want to try something different. One year I did The Godfather 3 as a time travel movie.
What?
I think I did a good job. I don't think
Never seen Godfather 3.
I would love to see that.
I don't know that I actually ever posted that, honestly. I was like, I don't even think I still have that on my drives. But yeah, so like I've in the past been able to watch a movie and like the premise comes to me at least 30-40 minutes into watching a movie, but I've got nothing with these movies right now. And I've got 12, maybe another 18 days because they always push it back to come up with something. And I hate putting something out there that I can at the very least be like, well, I liked it.
Yeah.
You know?
So, like, are you like, don't you know, like, how a movie trailer has a narrator narrating things? Are you like taking things
in the world
and then like in a world and then narrating it yourself?
No, I don't. There are other people who do.
I mean,
you do somebody else's voice to narrate.
I could get an AI, but I still need to know. I still need to come up with a new movie premise based on the clips I'm using. And in general, I prefer to just let the movie clips do the heavy lifting. Like cut it in a way, you know, maybe put in some supers here and there. But like look at like the trailer for Alien Romulus. There was no voiceover for that. It was just the movie clips giving you a hint of what the story is. On top of that, I'm not trying to have these trailers tell you the whole fucking movie in the trailer. I'm trying to hint at what the premise is going to be, some of the best lines, stuff like that. Because, again, another part of the competition is they're like, you're not just cutting a trailer, you have to sell the movie. And I'm like, huh. But yeah, outside of that, the other categories for this competition, there's the graphics competition where you can make a title sequence for a movie that otherwise didn't have a title sequence. There's sound design where you can you take the sound, the audio, all audio out of the movie and come up with a new sound scheme, like new dialogue, new sound effects, all of that. And then a new category is the music score, where you keep the audio, but you create a whole new music for it. Like, we can't use any already created music. We can't use any like stock music. You need to be on a soundboard somewhere creating the music. So if you got the skills for it, cool, that's fun. But yeah, so it's a good way for people in the industry to like kind of put themselves out there and be known, or at least get their names more circulated outside of just being an assistant. This is open to anyone who is not a lead editor. You know, interns, receptionists, assistants, stuff like that.
Also, it's a private competition. Like, I couldn't enter anything. Only people.
No, you'd have to be at the very least a freelancer or an intern with somebody's company. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Not so much blurting out, but like stressing, because I still gotta do my main job. So it's like I got my 9 to 5, and in between that, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to cut and when I have time to cut. So here I am. I have a whole weekend, and I haven't cut anything because I've been sitting here just mulling over ideas.
Well, hopefully you get that together.
Yeah, good luck. What's your main job? Is your main job editing videos too?
Yeah, my main job is as an assistant editor, and I do freelance editing. I haven't done anything this year, honestly, which is wild.
Are you taking on any new clients?
I can, depending on the job. They usually have to be like,
you like them or not?
They gotta be like, well, depending on the job. So it has to be more like short form turnaround type stuff. Anything that's like serialized, I can't guarantee that I'd be able to do it in the time frame they want type stuff.
Okay. Well, I would like to. I shot a documentary a couple of years ago. I have all the footage. I just need to get it edited.
Okay, yeah. If you don't have like a hard deadline necessarily.
No, not a hard deadline. And it's really a short documentary. It's probably like like maybe 10 to 15 minutes long.
What's it about?
Me. My life growing up. And,
I was in that documentary.
You are in that documentary.
Yeah.
So we filmed it. Got all the footage. I actually got everything timed up too. Like, I know what clips I want to use. I just haven't connected. The editor that I was going to use moved to New York. So I'm like, okay, well, it's okay. Yeah, so I would love to connect with you if that's okay.
Yeah. I'm going to send you, where are you, Mike? In the Facebook group chat, I'm going to send you the video that I got runner-up in for the competition for Christine.
John Arthur, am I correct?
Oh, damn, I'm retired. What am I doing? Make a good...
Well, just because you're retired don't mean you can't still dabble in what you like.
I love creating for the sake of creating good quality art.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing anything. Like, I'm validated.
You ain't got no deadlines. You just got an idea and want to see it through.
I want to see it done.
John Arthur, when you first talked to DJ Elokari about DJing for you, was it on this show?
It was so long ago, I don't know, and I don't want to lie to you.
I'm going to say it was.
Okay. That's my brother.
I remember it was over here in this corner, and you were like, I'm looking for a DJ for this thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So that means an editor and a DJ you've met on this show.
Yeah. I love you guys, man. And I met some lifelong brothers, because every time I see you, man, it's love. It's love, man. That's what life is all about.
Yeah, it was great that I brought you to the show.
Yeah,
I got you an editor.
For sure. And we're not just friends.
Oh yeah.
We're
These
family.
two are cousins. I wanted to point that out there.
We grew up together.
Yeah.
And his house is the house that I recorded my very first song in.
Okay.
His mother, my aunt, she provided a safe space for me and a bunch of other knucklehead guys on the South Side growing up in Jeffrey Manor to come in and have something to do, and not be on the streets, And the one thing that I always give to the music, one thing I always give to hip hop, is that it kept me out there. because my dream was so, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do this. I didn't have time to get in trouble.
For sure.
The time that I would have spent getting in trouble was time I was spent hanging out at his house writing raps, talking about, I was talking about getting into trouble, but I wasn't really getting into that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's the gift of hip hop. That is.
Yeah. It makes you a fake thug.
I mean, fake thugs have less reason to go to jail.
Exactly.
Fake thugs don't go to jail.
They do.
Fake thugs.
Yeah, they do.
Nowadays.
Yeah. They end up being real thugs by the time they get out. Well, thank you actually for that blurred out.
Yeah, that's really good. And I'm praying that you accomplish everything.
I hope that you win.
Oh God!
Yeah, I want to see the video.
Pressure.
Up with.
No pressure.
Oh, the pressure.
No pressure.
Got
it.
There hasn't been a black winner in like years.
Really?
Let alone a black female winner. I don't think
about
there's never been a black female
Who
winner.
told you black, girl? You ain't black.
It's black woman time. You have to have a black woman president, or you have to have a black woman winner of this competition.
You are you.
Yes, and I happen to be black and a woman, and I've yet to see anyone.
I'm trying to teach you the art of delusion.
Look, that's honestly one of my weaknesses. I cannot delude myself. I really wish I lived in the delusion that other people
Sometimes
do.
you gotta ignore your crippler.
It's hard. She's very loud.
Yeah, look in the mirror and be like, I ain't black. I
don't mind being black. It's everybody else who got a problem with it.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm drunk.
I like being black. It's everybody else. Like,
well, we're glad that. Kenny.
Blurt it out.
What you got?
Let's see.
Maybe not high as hell yet.
Maybe
I imagine Kenny's tolerance is Kenny, you're muted.
I know a high nigga when I see one.
Oh, I thought I had unmuted. I guess I pressed the button to mute myself again.
I
was like, why are they still talking? I'm trying to talk. No, I'm not high. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. I've been at a symphony since like noon selling comic books. We had a pop-up at the Chicago Sinfonetta. So listening to classical music, some Marvel scores, and selling some books to the hoity-toity. That was all right. I was supposed to watch Alien Romulus, but it was my first week of work, so I forgot. So I continued on with my Project Pet. Just hire if you're listening. I'm on Getty Green.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me ask you your views on Project Pat's lyrics, because there is a Project Pat song that I know every single word to, but it didn't hold up well. It's the song Gorilla Pimp.
I mean, if we're being real, there's a track called Run a Train. So, I mean, that's where we are with some of the lyrics. I will say that Juvenile, whenever Juvenile is on like a Hypnotized Mind track, he fucking goes in. Like,
Juvenile raps his ass off.
Juvenile
He's
raps.
not just to back that ass up.
Well, there's a track, I don't know, it's not called Back That Ass Up, but it's kind of akin to that he's on. And it's like, damn, that's a bit of a sequel to that. Like, like, whenever I listen to Juvenile, when he's just the extra on somebody's album, he like just overtakes them. And that happened here a couple of times on a couple of tracks. I think what I enjoy the most about as I listen more of the Project Pat is just how much I really enjoy 3-6 Mafia and everybody in that group, because Gangsta Boo gets off on a couple of tracks on there. Juicy J comes in and just like everywhere between the production and just his music, and then Crunchy Black, a gentleman you don't hear much from or hear about in terms of like the group in general. Stellar stuff. But I think my favorite track, I can't remember, I think it's the one, I think it's Ballers. Whatever one with Juvenile.
Maybe on Twanky.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was very much a New York rap fan as a kid, so when I first heard Ballers, I was like, what is this? But now I'm like, you know what, I can get down with this.
Yeah. So I think I will. The next album of the discography, I think, is. Well, it was just a mixtape of Land of SmackDown, but that was just a bunch of. No, wait. The mixtape that came out afterwards. I'm kind of going off what iTunes has as discography. This could totally be wrong, but I'm just trying to listen to like a bunch of Memphis rap right now.
Yeah.
I listened to the mixtape The Appeal, and that was just Gaty Green, except without it being called Gaty Green.
But they probably before he got signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, also too, I listened to I think the Ghetto Boys' first album, just because I was trying to get, I'm basically trying to listen to old rap because I realize how, and this kind of goes back to the earlier conversation, just how awful, I feel like rap is unless you have your one or two people that you enjoy. Amen. It's just,
they say record sales in hip hop are down 40%.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's so funny that people get mad about the amount of white people who are essentially infiltrated the rap, but this is where it's come to. This is what it's come to
what
because
said was going to happen.
Yeah, because everything is a viral moment, and what's more viral than white people rapping? That's
Imagine trying to tell a white kid nowadays about why Eminem was important in 1998.
Yeah,
I don't think kids realize white people did not get accepted as rappers because they usually weren't all that good.
And now there's a little too accepted, and it's mostly because it's all once again back to who can make the money the fastest. And I mean, Post Malone is one of the worst offenders of that. Mr. Vulturing, that has gone on. But yeah, I think that's why I found myself because now I have to put Gnarls Barkley back on the list of music back to listen to because while I like CeeLo Green solo stuff, I still think his Gnarls Barkley stuff is that's gem.
Have you listened to Goody Mob before?
Music is. Say again, Mike.
Have you listened to Goody Mob before?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah,
Prime CeeLo.
Dungeon Family. Come on now. It's just that I find that I like music that, at least for me, what CeeLo did the best was for me, was the music he made with Danger Mouse that wasn't not just the lyrics, but also just the sound they put out. That's kind of CeeLo Green is really an emotional singer.
Yeah, very much so.
It's beautiful.
To the point where in some of his more popular songs, I'm a little disappointed that he didn't put more of himself into it.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the reasons why I strayed away from a lot of his mainstream stuff. It's because not once again, Gnarls Barkley was still underground, and the emotional sound you get from him with Danger Mouse's productions is just to this day still incredible.
Shout out to Danger Mouse.
Yo,
Danger Mouse.
Bro, Danger Mouse has still damn near cried in one of them songs. It's so good.
Carter said white kids finna have Mike Drez and Ash's back around by next week.
They already do.
I watched a white kid with Drez ride by on one of those little Lime scooters the other day and just stared at him. And I was
bro, I think he is the current favorite white guy right now. And while I'll freely admit, I don't.
Is that
I like his music. I like his voice. But he really dresses
the white guy with
every nigga on 79th Street with the all black, and he got the ski meds. It's just
the blue shiesty mask.
Yes, he got blue shiesty, and I'm just you need to go somewhere and stop because it all comes off just an image he's portraying and not real.
I don't have a personality yet, so I'm just gonna wear black culture.
Whose music, whose his lyrics actually sound dope, and it's probably much like that of his voice than anything else. But yeah, like I said, the state of hip hop, I think this kind of goes back to the earlier question. This music I've been listening to, the rap I've been getting into, is just it's so stagnant and still.
It hasn't gone anywhere in a while.
Yo, I mean, I think it's something and then something else that just kind of stuck out to me too. Rich Homie Quan died.
Oh, right, the rest of the Rich Homie Quan. I had a really good interview with My Expert Opinion where they asked him like, "Hey, tell us about that night you messed up the Biggie lyrics," and he was like, "My God, I thought I
Bro,
knew."
and he was very, and like he died of suicide. So like, if you need help, reach out.
Suicide?
Yes.
I actually didn't hear about how.
Yes, like he killed himself. But he was very vocal about like his emotional well-being, and I think that's something that, especially in hip hop, isn't really discussed. It's part of the problem. Like, we can't keep trying to utilize trauma as a way to make money. Especially when like it doesn't accrue you enough money to keep doing the same damn thing. So
that's a word there, brother. That's a word.
I just had to thought like, can John hear us? John took his headphones off. I was like, is John just
So I just think people just need to.
I'm sorry. It seems like I'm
like respect the classics, because which is also like I've been archiving my records. So right now I'm up to shot A. I'm not going in alphabetical order, but it's always fun to see the records I own and like some of the stuff my parents gave me. So like I have all the Ozzy brothers, and it's so fun to see how they dress. Because the way is like they get like totally hate on and clown these days. It's like that's some real thing. Like they all had a different style of like tight ass clothes. They was fashionable. Like every nigga dressed the same now. I think that's the fun part of like looking at old record albums. It's just like how either all the ladies and all the fellas just had different styles.
Absolutely.
Whichever like generation of music is from, whether it's 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's always fascinating to go back and see that. Yeah, that's been my time for the moment. Eventually, I'll get around to seeing Alien, and I'll report back on that because I love the Alien franchise, and I didn't.
Yeah, I'm supposed to see it today too, but you know, it'll work out with my.
Do you all mind if I spoil something that actually into that?
No.
No. Actually, no. This is the one I don't want spoiled. I kind of want to see it.
So
I literally did not.
Here's the thing: I can't spoil too much because I watched it for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, one character made me go like, "I don't want to see this." Also, that's how old I am. That's me turning the TV on.
You turned on. You had a knob. You had a knob television somewhere.
None of this.
You somehow connected your Blu-ray player to like a knob television. Get your
5 minutes. I made it past the.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem also too with once again same issue with hip hop and Hollywood is that there's just no originality. Everything's a sequel. Everything is just.
It wasn't bad.
Yes, that is true about 3 6 albums. They never had samples.
I had posed that question in the chat earlier. I was like, "What's the last original screenplay movie we've seen that we actually liked?" And a lot of them are going to be horror movies.
Horror movies, like Nope, Get Out,
Kubo, something.
Oh, Don't Look Up. No, that was Nope. I don't know why I said Don't Look Up.
Yeah, I said Nope.
I don't know why I said Don't Look Up.
The one with the aliens that can hear really well. Quiet Place.
Oh, well, now that's like 3 movies deep now.
Well, I never saw the third one, but the first 2 were the second one. I was surprised that they can make that happen for 2 movies.
But that's the thing. Like, just leave it at the one. They can't ever just leave it at a one and done.
No, because it's all about money over here.
Same with John Wick. John Wick is like 5 movies deep and like 2 spin-offs or something.
Yeah, like the first John Wick was a great original screenplay.
Yeah.
I guess I've also been getting into like watching karate movies, and I finally watched The Raid and The Raid 2.
Yeah, those movies are great.
They're so good. And like they're just like action movie. Like this is how action is supposed to be. Like it's not hard to like make action that's original and also extremely violent, but also tell a story. And I think once again, it's money over content. So, I just find myself looking and finding old movies to watch. Like I basically I found so many classic like martial art movies I just want to watch because I haven't seen them in a long time or they're not available in some places. So Criterion Collection. I need the Criterion Collection to get better with their Kung Fu collection, because right now all they have is like they have like some Jackie Chan movies, but they ain't got no Sammo Hung stuff. And Sammo Hung is like one of the greats when it comes to directing martial arts.
I'm gonna throw this out. Dragon Tiger Gate. Look that one up.
Yeah.
Fighter in the Wind. Fighter in the Wind is based on the life of the guy that Ryu is based on from Street Fighter. Trying to think of one more. Hard Boiled.
Oh, I've seen Hard Boiled. Hard Boiled is so good.
Easily my favorite action movie. I'll probably think of some more as the show goes on.
There's a Twitter page I follow that just does nothing but like posts classic like martial art movies. I'm just like I have so many bookmarked.
Nice. My workout plan for like 2 years was all off of the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. When he was doing the thing with the bell, I got a cast iron skillet. Started working. So, yeah. Shout out to Shaw Brothers Martial Arts. What'd you say?
And that is my blurred out.
Thank you, Kenny. Darren says Drunken Master 2. I'm going to tell you this.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that Darren says watching martial arts, go watch that.
I think I have Drunken Master 2.
He's real good at the reason why I know what Fighter in the Wind is because of that guy. Next up, Johnny, I'll say you got anything geeky you've been doing? Watching any TV shows, listening to a new album?
No.
On Netflix, nothing on Amazon.
But I'll try. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be geeky.
It doesn't have to be geeky. It could be anything, really.
So what have I just been doing? So I did just start watching a show called Chaos on Netflix. It was really good. It's starring Jeff Goldblum. He plays Zeus.
Oh,
I heard about that.
It's like a modern day society, but they all believe in like the Greek gods. Like if you're into like Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty good show. You know, the 8 episodes are already out. You can go binge watch
Chaos
that.
with a K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good show. I've been doing a lot of audio books, so I love audio books. I've been in my whole like self-help mode thing for like years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So the last couple of audio books that I have read, I don't know if these qualify as geeky things.
Of course they do. They're books.
Okay, great.
It's
So
the geekiest.
There's a author by the name, and I mentioned him earlier in the conversation.
Say his name again. It was a long name.
Yuval Noah Harari. Yeah. So the very first book that I read from him was recommended to me by my brother Ryan Flesker. You know him.
Shout out
you all guys know him. You guys know him very well. It's called Sapiens, and it's like a brief history on mankind. So it starts from like the beginning of civilization, and then going through like the agricultural revolution to the industrial revolution to like the importance of capitalism, to the importance of money, to to the benefits of all of these things and how they like shape our society. And after I got through that book, I kind of the next book was like Homo Deus, which was talking about like, all right, how are we moving and operating today as human beings, and like what's the best way to move and operate as a human being in like this century. Fast forward to the third installment, which is like 21 lessons for the 21st century. And that was the book that I recently referenced, talking about like how the ultimate lesson is information and how we utilize it. If you remember that point that I tried to make earlier. So yeah. So those are the 3 books, and he actually has his 4th installment, which drops like on September 14th, and I'll be going to Africa on September 19th.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to really just like putting my headphones on and listening to that book, on the plane and being finished with it by the time I step off.
Right. How long is that flight?
It's a 24-hour flight. So I have the first half is 12 hours. Then I have a 9-hour layover in London. And then I have like another 9-hour flight to get to Johannesburg, South Africa. Oh, okay. So it might be a little bit over 24 or whatever, but that's what it's looking like. Okay. So yeah, I've been really into audiobooks, and then outside of that, you know, I finished all 3 of those, and then I read The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weiss. Okay, and that's a real, like, you know, I love self-help, non-fiction type of books, even though I am looking for a really good fiction, because I feel like I need to take a break from self-help and, like,
it's a
really good story.
Book? Jurassic Park.
Really? Is it an audio book?
I don't know.
I'm sure it should be an audio form now. Oh, look.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Jurassic Park, it is way more violent.
Michael Crichton is in the bag with the Jurassic Park book and the sequel too. He wrote. Both Jurassic Park books he wrote are pretty good. Michael Crichton's a good writer in general.
Yeah,
I recommend any of his sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, Andromeda Strain. There's a few other ones, but it's well researched fiction.
Yes.
Okay. And then there's like
Jurassic Park is an ebook. It's an audio book.
Okay. Send me the link, bro.
And let me tell you, within the first 2 chapters, you're like, oh shit, wait. This happened in Jurassic Park, the one that they made the movie out of?
Yeah. I've read so many audiobooks at this point. Like, but the last nonfiction the last actual fiction that I did read was called Nubia, and it was like two installments, and Omar Epps is like a part of it.
Not Nubia based on the comic book.
It might be, I don't know, but like Nubia is Clarence A. Haynes. He's like the writer of it. It's about like these kids, like they're like from this fucking. It's like it's based in the future. But they're from this country called Nubia, and like this country was like low key in the cut. It was like low key like Wakanda, and like all the people from Nubia like low key had powers, but when the country flooded, they had to like come to America, and they lost their power. But then like generations later, the kids started getting their powers, and they was like, oh shit, our powers are back, and people were like setting out to exploit the kids, and you know. X, Y, and Z started to happen. It was just like it was a dope 2 book. I was like, this is dope.
I didn't even know Omar Epps made books.
Yeah. So, so that
Jam Vendetta fame.
I didn't even know he was on Def Jam Vendetta.
Omar Epps was definitely an unlockable character in Def Jam Vendetta.
Did he have the flat top?
I think he did.
Oh yeah.
That's the Omar.
He had his hands taped up. It was very like, I'm tough. I'm Omar Epps look.
Yeah. So like my geekiness has been it's been in that sector. You know what I mean? Like, all right, because my whole thing is like information. Like if I'm gonna give something an hour of my life, how can it be beneficial? How can I grow? Yeah. How can I grow? Yeah.
Not just get mad at something.
But then I do have my moments of like, you know what? I'm tired of learning shit. I just want entertainment.
For sure.
So, that's where porn comes in.
Good time. What a time for porn.
I'm joking. Honestly, I don't even watch porn no more.
We used to have to go in the back section of the video store and get porn videos that were in boxes that were like this big. I don't know why the boxes the porn videos came in with so big.
I mean, everything with balance, man.
There you go.
Even learn something new, watch some porn. Like, you can't do both in the same week.
Nothing wrong with porn. Pay your sex workers out here.
There you go.
Shoot, I read smut at least once a day. Shit.
That is hilarious. I learn something new. Watch some porn.
Spend all day learning. About to watch some porn and go.
Shoot, you might learn something new in porn. Like, I didn't know the body could bend like that.
The way you worded that.
Just keep it appropriate. Don't be watching it on the train. That's just weird.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Do
it in the privacy of your home.
And not the privacy of like a public bathroom.
Watch porn responsibly.
Exactly.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Though for real, if you gonna watch it on the train though, like
watch it with headphones on. Duh.
Yes, thank you, please.
Get one of those screen filters where like nobody can like see it from the side.
Yeah. Also, if you see someone doing it, mind the business. What is wrong with your phone? You all up in their phone looking at their porn. Stop it. Get some help.
Over their shoulder, like, oh yeah.
And I think it's safe to say, if you watch a porn on a train, you got a real problem.
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's not my business. But I am side-eyeing you, like, bro, what are you going through?
Like, you
couldn't wait.
Even whip it out, like you just like watching it.
Right.
See, that's why I'm moving away. If I see somebody watching porn, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna just get on.
That man is unhinged. He has nothing to lose.
I'm gonna go. Last but not least, Jimmy Ellis.
I was first last time I was here. Now I am last this time I am here.
So you got the experience, and then next time you're here, you'll be right in.
Okay, great. So I have my blurred out ready.
Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna forget.
I won't quote you on that. Actually, I'll remind you before the show. Okay. So anyway, last time I talked about how I went to BlurdCon.
Hey.
Now I went to a non-black, which is the all-black convention. I went to a non-all-black convention, anime convention called Anime Magic. Last week.
Yeah, I went Friday.
I had a hotel room there. I was VIP. I had a VIP
badge.
Damn,
you got the VIP.
With the VIP lounge. In the VIP lounge, all the famous people that came through, they would come to the VIP lounge on certain hours. So that means you didn't have 1,000 people around them. You just had like 4 or 5, so you can really talk to them. And that was really good. We had a pizza party for the VIPs. We had an ice cream party for the VIPs.
How old are niggas is? 12? Was these children?
Pizza party. Chuck E. Cheese came by, and then Barney also came through.
In that motherfucker?
No, but there was cookies. They served us cookies.
Oh wait, I did hear they had cake because it was like their birthday or something.
I heard they had the little hats with the cones on top.
You heard no such thing.
No. I'm not joking. Like literally, part of their promotion was saying that like it was their birthday or something, like maybe their 5th anniversary or something. So there was going to be an opportunity to get a slice of cake.
Where the fuck was this? Was this shit at Chuck E. Cheese?
It was at the Rosemont Convention Center or the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center.
Yeah.
That was called now. And I stayed at the Hyatt, which is the hotel for the convention.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
And I had a great time. Like, you know, first thing I want to talk about is at BlurdCon, it changed my life, the cosplay dance party at night. Because it was like you were in a black club at night, but everybody was cosplaying and dancing, right?
Yep.
But then now I'm going back to the rave because the rave is what usually happens, and they play rave music at the cosplay dance parties that happen Friday and Saturday night. And now that I have experienced the BlurdCon of what it can be, just ghetto music or black music,
like, I can't go back.
And hip hop. I couldn't stay in the rave that long.
Listen, Jimmy, you're still fresh to the con circuits.
No,
I'm not. I've been going for 17 years. Remember?
Oh, my bad.
He's right up there with you.
It was somebody else that was like not familiar with it, but
I am not a newbie.
In terms of like still getting that kind of like music. Because I'm the same way. When I was coming up, my convention was Otakon, and Otakon would have like the Jersey Club and Baltimore Club mixes mixed in with the anime shit.
Right.
So if you want that same kind of music, you gotta go more like either East Coast or South. So like maybe MomoCon, there's MomoCon in Atlanta. There's also now DreamCon in Texas. They definitely will have it. Good luck getting in. I hear it's very hard getting a ticket, let alone having a ticket and then getting into any of the panels, let alone the dance. That's gonna be hard too. But in New York, at least, you have Anime NYC. Now you gonna be charged out the ass for every goddamn thing, but they have like at least 4 nights of after parties.
One night after party, not just 2, 4.
So they have the kickoff night on Thursday, they have Friday night, they have Saturday night, and then they have like a Sunday wrap up. Friday and Saturday, if not Thursday, there's at least one that's going to be hosted by Shonen Pump. And Shonen Pump is like the black party circuit for anime. Like, look up Shonen Pump on Instagram and you'll see.
Shonen Pump, like P-U-M-P?
Yeah.
Pumping up, like Joe Budden song?
Yeah. Look up Shonen Pump, and that's where you're going to have like all the black anime baddies and music and stuff like that. They do the like club circuit in New York, though they sometimes will go elsewhere. But yeah, if you want that kind of music, you got to go where the black people are. And unfortunately, I haven't really experienced that. Well, outside of like PocketCon, but you know, PocketCon is still family friendly. But yeah, Anime Magic, they're still pretty young. They're still kind of tiny.
Like 5 years in. So
Yeah, Asen is solid.
it does rave music. It does
Yeah.
not do black music.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you'll get a black DJ, but yeah, if you want a black DJ, it seems like in my experience you gotta go to like the East Coast or Atlanta.
Thank
What
you
is
for
that?
answering my question. I already knew about the DreamCon thing. I'm going to go there one day. But thank you for telling me I need to go to the East or South. And thank you for I wrote down all the cons and the people you mentioned in my cell phone. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
The next part of my con experience I would like to talk about is the cosplay. At BlurdCon, it was all black cosplay. This time we went back to all white cosplay and occasional black cosplay, but the cosplay was real good. I saw a lot of Tifas. I'm so glad they made the Final Fantasy VII remake so I could see all these Tifas. I even saw Tifa in the dress she wore at the part of the game where you're with Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa wears the dress.
Yeah.
I saw that version of Tifa. Like I saw countless Tifas.
I saw guys as Tifa.
Yes. That you were Anime Magic too?
No, at BlurdCon.
Oh, at BlurdCon.
I saw a dude dressed as Tifa. He wasn't like dressed up as a girl Tifa. He was like, if Tifa was a guy, this is how his fit would look, kind of thing.
Right.
And then just like suspenders, a tank top, and gloves.
Basically, yeah.
And then
No titties, no hair. That's basically it.
So basically, Rule 34 Tifa.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Good times.
And there was always countless ravens. If I could just find all my raven pictures I've taken with all ravens, I'd have like at least 40 pictures of 40 different ravens.
You just start a whole new IG page
with my life.
Oops, all ravens.
Oops, all ravens. Yeah, I can. All right. So that's the cosplay. The next part I like to talk about is my friend Ken wanted to go to the karaoke panel.
Oh, I wanted to.
The big panel at the convention, and they had a cosplay contest, and I actually entered and won the cosplay contest.
What?
And I was so surprised.
What was your cosplay?
My cosplay is Static Shock. Now I've been cosplaying Static Shock for the last 3 or 4 years. Usually I have dreads, but this is my first time not having dreads. So I had my friend Renee make me a custom wig.
Nice.
So custom wig fit, so you don't have none of those wig problems.
Yeah.
Got that lace front.
Yeah, my phone. And like,
bad bitch.
even though I was wearing a wig of dreads and not a real hair, I won. And like, this was a Crowd's Choice Award winner, so it wasn't judges; it was crowd applause. Now, so they broke. It was over 20 entrances. They broke us up into 3 groups of 5 and 2 groups of 4. And they asked us a question. They asked us, "Who are you, and why do you think you should win?" Right? And then I instantly knew what to do. Now you see,
drop down and get how you go on.
Some people believe they should actually answer those questions, and that's what people believe they should do. They believe they should just answer the question and say whatever. So there was one guy who said, "I'm an orphan, and that's why I should win." Another people that said, "I worked 1,000 hours." In real life? Yeah, he said he was a real orphan.
Oh, nigga, you a grown ass nigga. How you an orphan?
No, you should have been like, did you say because I'll bring a shock to your system?
Exactly.
Hey.
My point is
shut up. I like it corny.
You should only say cool stuff. The actual answer is not giving a real reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
in the style of whoever you're cosplayed as.
So she asked me who I was. I said, I am Virgil Hawkins, Static Shock, and I'll bring a shock to your system. And the reason I should win is because of superhero Static Shock. Woo-hoo. Now, this sounds normal, but it's cool because I was Static Shock while doing it. And just because I said something cool and nobody else said something cool besides this Doom guy, dressed as Doom guy, I made it all the way to the final match.
Hey.
And then they cheered for the last six of us, and I got the most cheers, but the Doom guy got close to me, so they made us play paper, rock, scissors. Now I have a secret paper, rock, scissors technique that I can't reveal because it won't work if people know that I have a secret paper, rock, scissors technique.
For sure.
So I won the paper, rock, scissors game 2 out of 3, and I won the cosplay contest. And like the reason I knew that I had to say something cool to win is because they have something called the anime dating the anime dating panel, the anime date auction panel, right? One year I went to the date auction panel, and they asked me, "Why should someone date you?" Because you can only participate in the date auction if you sign up before, and if you are cosplaying. And I didn't answer the question. I instead took out my ocarina and played the song of Chad. And after that, I sold for $30. And dudes don't sell for a lot. Girls sell for like $300. Or $100 or $200. Well, gas, the highest gas sold for $60. So I sold for half the highest gas. And like, and it was just like, all I did was just say something cool. And then the next year, or the next convention that had a day auction, I don't remember if it was a year later or just another convention later, I actually gave a real reason why someone should date me. Like, oh, I pay for dates. I'm a nice guy, stuff like that. And I sold for $5. $5. So
he still turned out to be a $5.
Damn.
I found out. So I realized it's the same darn people, same damn people. It's the same damn type of crowd. It's the same damn type of audience. This is not an audience difference. This is the reality that I said something cool before, and with this time I actually gave an answer. So I learned not to actually give actual answers at cosplay competitions.
You gotta play the character.
That's why at this cosplay competition, there's people with better cosplays than me, but I said something cool, and no one else said something cool except the Doom guy. And
what the Doom guy said?
He started not saying something cool
because he didn't talk until the most recent game.
He said, I spent countless hours on this convention, on this panel, on this cosplay. Then he said something that was related to Doom that I don't remember. And it was cool because it was related to Doom. Yeah, but he didn't completely say something cool. He at first said whatever. And then when they asked me, how do I feel that I won about winning? I could have said this. And I told this to all my friends. I say it to all my friends. I never thought I would ever win a cosplay contest as the Static Shock cosplay, especially with a wig instead of an actual dread. That's crazy.
All them girls with them wigs, you can wear a wig too.
But I didn't say that. I instead grabbed the mic and freestyled about Static Shock for about 25 seconds.
Okay.
Make sure everything ran,
Nice.
and I got a standing ovation.
There you go.
Had I just said the other thing about, I never thought I would win, I wouldn't have got that type of standing ovation.
Nah.
I won a gift basket with a bunch of Anime Magic branded stuff in it, and I won a tote bag, and that's what I won. But and I won a 3D printed trophy. I have a 3D printed trophy that says that I am the anime karaoke cosplay, Anime Magic cosplay competition champion.
Hey.
And that's my third trophy in life.
Aww.
Third trophy was
Many more.
when I got second place at a karate tournament when I was a small child.
Nice.
My second was
Did
when
you
I
kick
got
anybody in the chin in the karate?
no.
I learned early on kicking them in the chin worked.
So this is a block in cosplay. See this?
Yeah.
This is a block in. They call it this move right here, the overhead.
Mhm.
And I tried, and I didn't block soon enough. So he hit me on top of the head. He got a point, and he won. And that's how I lost. That's how I know. That's how.
Yeah.
Forever, I remember this block because I lost.
It's like Goku learned losing his first tournament.
Right. So
You
then
lose to get better.
you gotta lose to get better.
That
Then,
nigga, you said you got bopped on top of the head.
I got bumped on the head. They taught me this block.
You got your ass bopped.
And then I won a DOA tournament trophy
Oh yeah.
at DID one.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, hey Danny, what's up?
What's happening,
And
Danny?
so this is my third trophy in life.
Nice.
Right. I won a lot of DOA tournaments, but I didn't get trophies for them for sure. But this is my third trophy in life, and I'm happy about it completely.
Mhm.
And I was overjoyed that I had won the cosplay competition, and I had used the knowledge,
There.
the wisdom of going to too many cosplay conventions
There it
to
is.
win. Because if it was actual judges, I wouldn't have won. But because it was a crowd, I won.
I mean, I feel like that's more validating in itself. The crowd, like judges, are gonna look at you on technicality and all that, and the crowd is just they just don't vibe.
White girl.
And they just like, I like this nigga.
Mhm.
I don't care if he made that today. Shit.
Yeah, I
World
bought my
Con 2020.
I bought my cosplay off Amazon. They sell FedEx shot cosplays on Amazon.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you have fun. That's what really translated to folks.
Also the trophy.
Yeah. And
And you got a trophy.
and then the next part of my blurred out
Mhm.
after I won was the fact that they had the typical game room. They had Giant Connect 4. They had a room for tabletop gaming. They had a room with arcade cabinets, and they had a room with just playing games, right? And it was run by I Play Games, which is a company ran by my friend I've known since high school, Kevin Fair, who Danny went to. My cousin Danny, who you just showed me, went to high school with.
Shout out to Kevin Fair.
Do you know Kevin Fair?
Mhm.
Yeah,
People play games.
Yeah, Kevin Fair and Danny used to actually say they were cousins because they were both light skinned and then both last name was Fair. So they laughed when they went to high school and said that they were cousins with each other. And the teachers and everyone in the principal believed it. And so, in a way, I'm fake related to Kevin Fair.
There you go. There you go.
But no. I won the cosplay competition, and that completes my blurred out for the day. And the convention was absolutely great. And the ice cream they gave me was absolutely dope.
What flavor of ice cream?
It was vanilla ice cream, but it had a lot of toppings.
There we go.
On the side that you can give. And it was all you can eat ice cream. And it was all you can eat pizza too. They had so much pizza that they had pizza left after we ate all that pizza.
You did all that with some ice cream.
I mean, you had a good old time. You had VIP, won a contest, got pizza, got ice cream.
Was this middle school competition?
And then like the VIP badge makes it so that you can cut line for panels so that you can be first. but I didn't cut a single line for a single panel because I ended up not going to many panels that this year.
I mean, there wasn't too many panels I was interested in. I actually wanted to do the karaoke panel. That one was hosted by a black chick, if I remember correctly. Oh, and the Eat a Bag contest. I wanted to do the Eat a Bag contest, but that was on Friday, and I gotta work. So I'm pissed about that because I made my Spider-Verse bag.
Are you talking about BlurdCon or are you talking about Anime Magic?
Anime Magic. They have a contest where you can like decorate your bag with like a specific theme with like pins and buttons and shit.
Yeah.
And I've been making one for like the last year based on Spider-Verse. All the black characters from Spider-Verse. No offense, Gwen, but no.
No, she put shoes on people's beds.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. But so basically my bag is made up of a bunch of like pins and buttons of all the black and brown characters of Spider-Verse, and I even have like LEDs in it and shit. And it's a circle like a spider web, but I wasn't able to enter the competition this day because I wasn't about to take off a day of work for just that.
You get PTO?
I mean, I could, but I also I just went to Anime NYC the weekend before, so
only thing you didn't get anything was damn pass.
So I'm hoping they'll move the Eat a Bag contest to a Saturday so I can, do it on my day off.
I hope you win the badge contest because they had a badge contest for the VIP people too. So if whoever decorated the best would get their money back or something.
Yeah, you like win a badge for the next year.
And there was a scavenger hunt too, Johnny. VIP scavenger hunt.
Goddamn, how old was you?
Ice cream, scavenger hunt, ball pit, video game.
Only VIP people could do the scavenger hunt.
You have to be very special, huh?
Look, man, I'm just glad Jimmy be having a good time. I feel like, we've been doing conventions about the same amount of years, and I feel jaded as fuck.
Listen, you could have got...
Oh, you feel jaded because of the people? Or...
You got free food.
Like, I feel like sometimes I don't feel like the price is worth admission between, like, what guests are going to be there, the panels, the shopping, like... For me, I'm big on panels and shopping. And if I don't feel like those are hitting, then I don't feel like I got my money's worth. But other people are just there for the vibes. And if you're just there for the vibes, most conventions are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just there for the vibes because like I feel like the cosplay store, I mean the convention hall, what's it called? The hall where you buy everything at, what's it called?
The dealer's room.
The dealer's room.
Artist alley.
It's like going to Walmart. The first time you went to Walmart, it was great. But every cosplay convention has the same dealer's hall to the point where they're selling the same things. Yeah. And sometimes it's the same people. If it's different people and still selling the same thing, after a while, I end up not even spending my money buying that much.
It's the artist alley that you really gotta like.
Yeah.
Put your money to.
An offer from Artist Alley, and then I call it a day. So like the dealer's hall is not really important to me. I like walking through it with people, you know. And I like the at C2E2. All there is the dealer's room, so you gotta walk through that. But
it's more so when I'm trying to find exclusive items. Like if it's something I could buy for Hot Topic, I'm probably not gonna get it there, especially not in New York because they be trying to scam you.
They do.
But I'm not about to go back into that. But yeah, so I'm glad you're still having a good time, Jimmy.
What's an exclusive item?
Like basically anything that comes out of Japan.
Okay.
What was your exclusive item?
No, just anything that's like coming out of Japan directly. So
straight out of Japan.
There it is. Nippon.
So folks, that was our blurred out segment for this week. Jimmy, stick your finger in John's ear. We're gonna go to a music break. We're gonna play 2 John the Author
music videos. We're gonna play Salud and You and I. John, do you want to say anything about Salud or You and I?
Man, so these are
snapback.
Yeah, no. These are 2 songs off of an album that I put out last summer. It's called Sophisticated Rap. That's the name of the album. Salud is a really, really great record. I really created it just to showcase my lyrical abilities and just talk about, like I said, where I'm at in life, where it's just like everything is a celebration, even the losses, you know. So Salud is a record to just celebrate everything in life, the good and the bad things. And it provides a perspective to that. So yeah, Salud.
For sure. Stay tuned. Watch this video. We'll be back with shots on BlurdDotRadio. BlurdDotRadio. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna hit the present button.
Okay, we offline.
Now we are. Yes.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Finally made it. Salud. Finally hit you, dig. Start the. Everything is a celebration, you know. Even the losses, we're gonna turn those into lessons, you dig. Pick. I wish you health and wealth. You know the saying, God help those who help theyself. So when you done praying, get up off your knees and succeed. Wake up, nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Peaceful and serene, the people need a king, someone to reluctantly lead and abundantly bring wealth to the table. By simply bringing myself to the table, everybody else was enabled. Activated consciousness, that's the greatest accomplishment. The difference between me and your favorite rapper is marketing. Ain't nobody sharper than me when I get to parking this pen on the canvas of papers and shaking it like Parkinson's. But for you get all hostile, just know that I'm responsible for bringing you niggas gospel. John Art, Johnny Anointed, Johnny Apostle. Young at heart, but my soul is as old as a fossil. All my verses Picasso, I've been perfect since high school. Told them folk the flow is dope, it's overload in your nostril. The spirit never dies, my lyrics never lie. But they will pop up by surprise and hit you in your eye. And I ain't stopping anytime soon. If anything, I'm getting fine-tuned for this monsoon. The city gonna be mine soon. You niggas clowns without the costumes. That ain't your girl, that's a yard tool. I scar fools for minor offenses. I was designed in the trenches. Now I'm as high as the interest on that new place that you gettin'. Hope you got equity in it. Hope you have sex when you in it. Hope it's a bad little bitch. Don't put no ring on her finger. She might take half of your shit. Y'all niggas laughing and shit. Y'all niggas acting like I ain't been passionate with this immaculate gift. Rapping with spectacular vernacular. I mastered the masses with the crack of a whip. I caught you just to free you. I taught you just to see you. Do better for your people. A man who don't take care of his family can't be rich. And a woman who put dick over her kids ain't shit. I'm on my biz like Marky, yo, please don't part in my French. This shit's supposed to be funky, yo, please don't part in my stench. I meant all of them curses. I put my heart up in all of them verses. I've been flawed, I wrote this just so y'all could be perfect. While you tapping your feet, relax your mind, body, and soul, sit back in your seat. A lady asked the other day why I be rapping for free. Cause I'm a prophet, bitch, and Jesus didn't charge when he preached. If all you do it for is money, then your art can get weak. I like to feel it in my heart when I speak. Fuck what y'all think, yo, how many souls saved? How many souls strayed? I pray to God all my niggas die from old age. On the ride to the top, you might develop road rage. Sometimes the goal change, my nigga, that's okay. It's a celebration of different dimensional elevations. Hall rise for the delegation. Salud, salud, salud. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody who ever tell you that success is in a straight line, they lying. You know what I'm saying? It's ups and downs, all type of twists and turns. Sometimes you even gotta go back to get forward, you dig? That's just the fact of the matter. See, the bottom line is, you know, success is a journey, it's not a destination. I hate when a nigga talk about, oh man, I can't wait till I get this, I can't wait till I get that, it's gonna be over with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that even when you do get this or when you do get that, you still ain't gonna be fulfilled. You supposed to be full in pursuit. You know what I'm talking about? You're supposed to already be 100%. Material wealth can't make you that. Only you can make you that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was only you and I in love. When I see relationships, I wish it was us, but I can't be jealous. Sitting here reading all of these love texts, you told me to love better. It was only you and I in love. It was only you and I in love.
I ain't gonna lie, I know it's my pride. I refuse to sit to the side. I ain't gonna run, I ain't gonna hide. I'ma look you dead in the eyes. I know what I did, I know what you did. I know we can fix it if we try. It's hard to repair the spell when you mentally ain't there. Both of y'all tired. Get some rest, baby, we did good. 10 years, 2 kids, ooh shit, damn, we did good. Everything comes to an end, but that don't mean it gotta be over. Who knows, with a little bit of closure, we might mess around and end up being closer. Climb aboard, close the door, don't know where I'm going. I never traveled on this road before. My homie told me, take your ass home, but I can't, I never had that many hoes before. What type of shit is that to say out loud? Being a player should be played out now, especially at my age, especially at my stage. Don't wanna downgrade to a lower mind frame. I was dumb at first, tried to run it first. That's how so many people go to hell. Why's that? Cause it's fun at first. Who said what me and you did was wrong? I think what me and you did was strong. Even though it was extra scary, it might have been necessary. Only time will tell me.
It was only you and I in love. When I see relationships, I wish it was us, but I can't be jealous. Sitting here reading all of these love texts, you told me to love better. It was only you and I in love. It was only you and I in love.
See, our first mistake was telling our friends and family about what goes on in our household. Fuck a bro code or a girl code. We broke the spouse code. And even when you do find somebody new, never forget what we meant to each other, how much we done spent on each other, grew up together, basically invented each other. And now, damn. I feel us growing apart. I know what I knew, don't know what I thought. I know what I want, don't know where to start. Got a hole in my heart with a hole in my car. Trying to go with the flow like I'm nowhere in art. I pull up to fill up and throw it in park. She pull up and roll up, I don't even smoke. But I'm still finna hit it like a blunt though. This my third time fucking shorty. I ain't finna use a rubber, I ain't even gon' stunt, bro. Everybody know the game cut though, so protect your neck. The flesh is just a test to prep you for whatever comes next in the next life. Till then, I'm just trying to live my best life. Yeah, I'm trying to see what this and that like. Honestly, I don't even remember that night. My new bitch do me just right. Yeah, just right. But why am I still a mess? Why do I get upset? Why do I keep spying on my ex? Do I need time to adjust? Do I need time to reflect?
It was only you and I in love. When I see relationships, I wish it was us, but I can't be jealous. Sitting here reading all of these love texts, you told me to love better. It was only you and I in love. It was only you and I in
No. Yeah. I actually am of the opinion that you cannot retire from rapping if you're a rapper.
Yeah, really.
If you're doing it as a starter business, then you can retire.
That's real.
Oh, here's our shots for the Lord.
Oh, yeah, you can pass those out. We're back, by the way. Yeah. We are back on BlurdDotRadio. You just heard 2 songs from our guest, one of our 2 guests tonight, Blurred Dot Family, John the author. John, you told us about Salud. Tell us about You and I.
Yeah, You and I is probably one of the most, if not the most personal record that I ever made.
Okay.
You know, I wrote that song about, I was going through a breakup with me and the mother of my two children, my two beautiful children. And, you know, we were together since we were in high school. And I you know, loved her with all my heart. I still do love her with all my heart. But, you know, we just grew apart. And going through that process, this song was birthed, right? It was how I perceived everything that was going on at the moment. So that's how I created You and I.
Okay. How do your songs come together? You hear a beat first. Are you more poetic in your writing and you write something and fit it to a beat later?
It's interesting, man. I feel like my greatest verses come from like feature requests. So like when people reach out to me and be like, yo, I need you to write a verse about this, or let's do a song about that. Like I can pump those out quick because it's like, hey, this is what you want to talk about? Got you. But when it's an actual John the author song, I just pray about it. And I ask God like, yo, I like this beat. I don't know what to say on it though. Can you guide me? Okay. And then, you know, I usually end up with, you know, those be the songs that take me the longest because I don't really know where I want to go. I'm just like really following a spirit.
Interesting.
You know?
And spirits don't wear watches.
Yeah. Not for real. Yeah.
So the challenge is what you respond to then.
Yeah. Like if you tell me what you want to talk about, if I have some type of knowledge about it, even if I don't have knowledge about it, I can write about me not knowing shit about it, and then the verse will be done fairly quickly. But when I don't know where I'm going, and I'm following the spirit, it's good song.
Are you the type of rapper who, when featured, tries to out-rap the person you're on the song with?
No, I'm never really competing with anyone. Like it's really me just doing the best that I can. Like I know I'm a great rapper. I know that I'm a wordsmith, and you know, I'm gonna do the best that I can do with my skill set to that beat. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a great contribution to the song. I honestly don't believe in competing with people that I'm on records with.
And where did you said you're a wordsmith? Where did that originate? What's the story behind that?
It's just, You said what?
So Eminem competes with the people he's on songs with. I ask that because I feel like that is a type of rapper. When I heard you say if somebody says I want it to be about this, that seems to be in line with people that are like, oh, I can write about that. And I'll rap you.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so confident in myself as a person. Like, I don't feel like I have to be better than you to be, you know what I mean? To be validated. It's like, no, I can be great and you can be great.
For sure.
I think that's one of the problems. Like, it's like, why is everyone trying to be better than everybody when at the end of the day, this shit is all subjective. And you know, like the music industry, like the artist scene is full of so many broken people who need so much fucking validation. It's sickening. It's like, yo, like I had to get to a point to where it's like, I've done shows where I was on stage where and there was 1,000 people in the audience. You know what I'm saying? It was thousands. You know what I mean? Or I've thrown my own shows where I looked out and there were hundreds of people. I was able to create that type of situation for myself. And then I evolved to a point to where it's like, you know what? I don't really need this much validation to feel complete as a human being.
I feel like that's a constant in this city, at least with the artists that we have up here. There are a lot of people, and I feel like I say this a lot of people who are making music because they love making music in Chicago. What artists in the city do you listen to?
I just like to say right quick, I love it when my cousin talks about his rap journey because it makes it sound like a journey to enlightenment. Like I realized I didn't need validation anymore. The thousands of people in the crowd, and then I ascended.
You definitely turned into TD Jakes.
I've opened my third eye.
I'm sorry.
I'm beyond the motor coils.
There you go. But I feel like that's what it should be, kind of a hero.
Only God can judge me.
John, who are some artists that you listen to from Chicago?
Me.
Honestly, I don't listen to none of these niggas. I'll be listening to like audiobooks.
Dylon.
Nah, I just be listening to audio, but like, yeah, I don't be listening to nobody.
No.
I be praying and listening to audiobooks and like living my life and enjoying my life. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life.
You're not really keeping an eye on the music scene in Chicago no more.
I'm not keeping an eye on none of this shit. Like, I be hopping in my Jeep, taking the doors off, and I be playing like the oldest shit in the world, feeling like the coolest nigga. Like, and I know like motherfuckers be like, man, that shit old as hell, but I don't be giving no fuck.
It's still good.
Are we talking about Motown? Are we talking about
Mozart?
Yeah, I'll play some motherfucking Bobby Womack on your ass. There we go. Pulling up, you know what I'm saying? If you think you're and then they be like, that nigga look too young for that shit. I'll be like, nah, nigga.
Nah, we grew up on that.
Yeah, so I don't really try to keep up with nobody at this point in my life. Okay. But I enjoy being a spectator of it at this point. Like I go to shows and I sit in the back and just I'm like, entertain me. Yeah. And I'm not advertising that. I'm just saying that that's where I'm genuine. It could be a trauma though. I don't know. We'll see. Because
there's definitely, again, I feel like the artists that we have up here, there is a soul to the music that I don't hear from many other cities. Like there's something specific to Chicago. There's something in the river.
Lead.
It is produced green dye. That is producing all of these fluoride, all of these really dope, really authentic storytellers in this city.
Well, I would say this. So I think we don't pay enough respect to the fact that Chicago is the most segregated city in the country,
especially for its size.
Huh?
I say especially for its
size. Yeah. And then like when you think about, I don't know about you guys, but like I grew up in the heart of the South Side of Chicago, where you'll see movies that talk about the Nation of Islam, and people will watch that shit. But nigga, I grew up right down the street from the mosque. 75th and Stony, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the cult. Like most cities in this country are diversified. Like you go to New York, like they don't really like they have the culture, but we have the culture and like the black struggle is still easy to point out on a map. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has a lot to do with how artists can really tap into that information that really gives you that art. You know what I mean? That taps into the soul. You know what I'm saying? That undiversified black art that resonates. You know what I mean?
Has not changed.
When you go into Bronzeville, you know what I'm saying? We don't pay enough respect to that.
Shout out to the Chicago creative tradition. Yeah, man, it's alive and well. It is alive.
The art hasn't been diluted, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
in Chicago, and it's a byproduct of the segregation.
It's that. Who was I talking to about this? Trying to think of names in the moment is called test anxiety. if you can't remember the guy's name, because he was sitting right there, been on the show twice, was at BlurdCon, Leo West friend, Jack Social. Jack Social brought up somebody had told him that black people were better off before segregation. And while arguments can be made, really and truly, there were black schools outperforming white schools, black banks, black contractors working on black people's houses. Like, there was something that we had. And integration, not only, if you ever want to read a book by the guy who made actual critical race theory, like the law course, not something you teach your kids in kindergarten, because you're not teaching your kid lawyer level English in kindergarten. His name was Derek Bell, and he wrote a book called And We Are Not Saved. It is my favorite book. And one of the things that he talks about is how much white people benefited from integration and how hard black people got thrown under the bus. Martin Luther King even said, I think I walked my people into a burning house. So there is something to blackness and black traditions that have stretched from back in the early 1900s and still exist now.
And it wasn't all struggle back then. Like, it was community. It was a sense of identity and pride.
My mother talked to me about. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was gonna say, like, I feel like whenever folks think of segregation, they always think of like all the struggles it was as a black person to be in white spaces, but never really focus on how black people were thriving with what they had in their own spaces.
Yep. My mother talked about being a blockbuster, which my mother was one of those first black families to move into a white neighborhood in Cleveland. And she said up until second grade, she was the teacher's pet, loved school, always felt love from the teachers and the principal. And then she got bussed out to these white schools where all of a sudden the teacher hates you. All of a sudden, all the smartness, all the wisdom that you gained in your first 6 years, out the window. The teacher doesn't call on you when you raise your hand anymore because she doesn't want to teach you.
You know what's crazy? Like, I'm noticing, like, a lot of us, like, you know, like, okay, we're obviously a part of this society now. I'm noticing, like, have you ever, I catch myself doing it sometimes. Do you look at, like, some of the immigrants and be like, this motherfucker in that country?
No.
No? Okay. It's
nah.
I mean,
nah.
Like,
I see the immigrants that are in Chicago. I'm like, why did they bring y'all here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm no. Let me finish. I say it in the sense of, like, this city might chew you up and spit you out if you ain't got some, like, family community support coming in here, especially just on the weather alone. Y'all ain't never
so you ain't never been walking downtown and then, like, walked on the block and it's like a bunch of immigrants.
I don't
and they okay, well, see. It'd be like a bunch of immigrants and they be like just like crowding the streets, chilling. It just be like, damn, like,
nah, it'd be it's more the tourist. It's the tourists. Like, I have that with
it's
the
not
tourists.
their fault. Like, why would I feel that way?
When I see immigrants that are doing that, I'm like, damn, I really wish better for y'all, because y'all, this ain't the place for y'all. This ain't it. Tourists though, they get on my nerves, bunching up, don't know how to walk
That's
fast.
not the same.
I know. I'm saying in terms of, like, the irritation is how, like, John was trying to portray.
Okay.
I get irritation from folks who are, like, in the city but don't know how to move with the city. Immigrants, this ain't their fault. This ain't their fault.
Well, let me.
They're doing the best they can.
I have had thoughts where I was like, man, this motherfucker in my way. And then,
I mean,
and I'll be like, damn, that's how they
literally
used to look at us. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? When we migrated up from the South and we didn't have a lot, them comfortable white people was like, what this nigga doing here? You know what I'm saying?
From what I've read, black people in cities like Chicago and New York that had been here, and then people migrated up from the South, looked that way at other black people. I remember reading, what is it, Souls of Black Folks by W.E.B. Du Bois, and he talks about hearing people say, like, why do they go outside in pajamas?
Shoot, that's still happening today.
Go outside in a bonnet, some slippers, and some shorts.
I feel like this society is very quick to other.
Absolutely.
Anyone. It don't matter if it's by race or social status.
We're fractured.
People will find a way to other.
I'm okay with that.
You know what I'm okay with? Hold on.
Sit back, relax, watch it.
If we keep talking about society, we're going to be here till midnight. First and foremost, we got Malort shots to do.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Y'all got your Malort shots?
I got a question, Ash. Are your hands really folded?
In real life, yes, they are actually.
Girl, you've been holding that position for a long ass time.
I mean, it's actually a comfortable position. I mean, I can.
Do it accurately.
See, when you have titties, then you can like rest your hands on your titties. Yeah, my avatar has more titties than me, so that's probably not that bad of a position. But in real life, I have my elbows resting on the armrest,
so
and it's also it's also holding the mic. So.
Yeah, girl.
One of these.
Yeah, so it's holding the mic in real life. But if I had the titties, I would just have my hands resting on my titties.
Good. Shout out to all the titties.
Woman privilege.
And there's some guys who got bigger titties than me.
Jepson's Malort.
I'm sorry, guys.
Has the somebody hand me that bottle. Jimmy, you mind hitting me?
What time is this?
You've only been saying it for 5 years.
Yep, and it doesn't stay in my mind for any longer than when I say it.
Because Jepson Malort will wipe it clean.
Malort has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers everywhere. They remodeled their bottles. Look at this, sleek that is. We're gonna do a toast that I got from E40. On the subject of hip hop, I could not stand E40 when I was a kid. Now that we're here,
I get it.
Now it's like, well, I listen to him and I get it, but furthermore, it's like, you know what? I have no reason to dislike any of the rappers that I like as a kid. I'm going to do a toast, and that toast goes. Let me know when you're ready, John.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I'm not above you.
I'm not above you.
I'm not below you.
Hey,
I'm right here with you.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Indubitably.
So delicious. So wonderful. Malort. Man, you got to go out and buy yourself some Malort.
Go out and buy.
Because it is delicious.
Buy many bottles. Just look at John's face. Look at it. I'm savoring.
Look at me smiling.
Hey, I think I bought some cologne that tastes like this.
Cologne.
It tastes like an unusual botanical.
Yeah, how the cologne smells is as good as how this liquor just tasted.
Polo Sport. I think the year was 96 and it was Brute.
Brute was a big deal when you were a teenager.
What?
Like, look at this. Look at this. Spray this on for 5 minutes straight.
And what niggas not finna do is act like we didn't buy like that Axe spray and shit.
Oh, absolutely.
And that, we used to feel like we was the
when I went to college, they gave it out for free.
Yep.
Ain't nobody else.
They still do.
I'm mad niggas used to act like they used to make literal commercials that say like you get some pussy if you put this on. They be like, nigga,
the guy fucking in the elevator.
I don't think I've ever been especially attracted to a nigga that was wearing Axe.
See,
like it wasn't like an immediate turn off unless they just bathed in that shit, and then it was just like overly sweet and annoying.
You had to bathe in that shit. It was like
no, you could actually bathe. You could just do that. You could just hop in the shower and do a light spritz of the Axe, or even use the Axe body wash.
There was not body wash when I was.
No.
Okay. Well, either way, nothing's gonna be a nice cologne like the Axe. Nah.
That's funny.
Here's a fun window into who I was at 18 years old. I was friends with an RA, and they gave him a box of Axe, and I would just take 2 cans and spray it on the walls up and down the hallway in the dorm.
God,
that's gross.
Also, didn't
You're
go
a
to
monster.
Right.
class. I had to do something while I was skipping class.
Yeah, you have to do something like skipping class.
You went outside.
You can play fighting games.
I did
Right.
both of those
You
eventually.
could just not be a menace.
Nah, I don't know how not to do that.
Did y'all see the clip I put in the chat on
Yes.
Facebook?
Well, I didn't look at it yet, but I see
about Kendrick.
No.
It's not a trailer, but it's his announcement that he's going to be performing at the Super Bowl
Apparently,
again.
Lil Wayne is mad about it.
I'm mad about it.
For
How
Lil
you
Wayne.
put Kendrick back
And it was supposed
again?
to
He
be a
already
Hot Boys
performed.
movie, I believe.
Let's get to the trailer.
Yeah. Trailers were slim pickings.
I don't even know what I put in the chat this month.
Minecraft.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That was just for us.
There's going to be a Minecraft movie. Is this real? This is real. It's on IGN.
It's real.
As somebody who is 41 years old and going to be 42 this month, I ain't never played Minecraft. I don't plan on it. But I am concerned with Jack Black because he was in the Borderlands movie too, and that didn't do well.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack Black is in a precarious spot. This is the best podcast ever. Hey, thanks, just you.
Do you know that person? Is this a
Nope.
bot?
It's probably a bot.
Well, it's a supportive bot. We'll take it.
Just on the results. Just on.
Thank you, just on. Oh, you did.
Yes.
Thank
My name is the second for the prophecy of ownage.
There it is.
You will get on.
He was like,
Have you
no,
played,
it's like
bot.
a bot and everything. That was funny.
I figured
Like,
however
what
it
is this?
happened.
It's a
it
bot.
wasn't genuine. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Have you played Gang Beast yet?
What? That sounds a little weird.
No.
Gang Beast is this. I'll talk about it after the trailer. It's a fighting game. It's kind of Smash Brothers-y, except you play as a gummy character, so it's really hard to control. Way more fun than I've had.
Oh yeah, I played that. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's fun as fuck.
I think I just played it yesterday.
Yeah. I get my
Yeah,
ass
that
beat,
game
but I
is
play it.
Ash, you see me?
Huh? What's happening? Oh.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm looking through the group chat. I don't remember any other trailer other than Minecraft.
Well, that's why we're watching Minecraft
No.
here on BlurdDotRadio.
No.
Hey, all right.
No.
The male equivalent is rest your hands.
No.
Yeah, I'm so fat I can rest my hands on my protruding stomach.
You can do the Al
and it'll
Bundy.
work.
Oh, do Arcane.
Too late.
Do Arcane instead.
Minecraft movie.
Damn it.
Go. Yeah.
They come out with another one?
There was a Minecraft movie already? Oh, you talking about Arcane? Yeah, there's
Season 2.
I guess it was
What the hell?
played Amanda Waller's daughter.
Yeah.
Steve is usually here. He's talking about we got a Minecraft. I'm guessing Steve is not Jack Black.
Who are you?
I am Steve.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's the Marvel moment.
Okay.
That's the Marvel moment. It's like the Avengers coming together. They meet Steve. They all get axes. Nothing about this.
No.
Nothing.
I feel like the last time they've been able to make a movie that hopped on the trend was when they did the Angry Birds movie. Like, I felt like Angry Birds was still in the zeitgeist. People liked it well enough that the movie came out at a time to capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft has been out for God knows how long, but not in the sense that, like, I feel like it has that same pull as, say, like Pokemon. Like, Pokemon's been around.
Shitting out movies.
I feel as if, like, you need to understand that Minecraft is not dead with Gen Alpha and Gen Z.
It's still
like to you, Minecraft may be old, but to them, they're still playing it like it's the best thing.
That still is not a reason.
Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite.
That's not a reason for
I just sent my daughter $20 to buy some goddamn Minecraft.
So this is the perfect time for a Minecraft movie.
It's not. There's no reason for a Minecraft movie. Just like there wasn't a reason for a Borderlands movie. Like Minecraft was not a story. It's just you building or digging shit. It is not necessary to make a movie about it. Like I don't care how many people like that shit. I reckon
Angry Birds wasn't a story either.
I
But
feel like it's a generation.
Minecraft
was a story. They stole the egg.
Does not mean it's a movie.
Well,
Listen,
know why those birds was angry?
Birds don't usually get that mad.
And the Angry Birds
what he do to make that nigga so mad?
What's happening with these birds? I'm not mad at this. I'm not gonna see it, but I'm not mad at it.
I love Jack Black.
I'm gonna see it. Jack Black is
Very
Steve.
mad at it.
If it's Steve in it and they made Jack Black Steve, I have to see it.
There it is.
I'm waiting to see what Jimmy won't like, because Jimmy is just like, I love it all.
Hold on. Fuck Jack.
Well,
He made
you get that from me. I love everything.
Trump getting assassinated, and he broke up Tenacious D. He's a fucking coward.
Oh,
Fuck
damn.
Jack Black.
Tenacious D is broken up? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Bro, yes. That was the only thing of note that happened when Trump got assassinated. Or the attempt.
He assassinated Tenacious D.
Broke up.
He assassinated Tenacious.
He assassinated
You shot a
Tenacious
bullet
D.
at Trump, it hit Tenacious D.
Bullshit. Trump got a laceration on the ear, and we lost
He
Tenacious
don't got no
D.
laceration on his ear. He's fine. His
Bullshit.
ears don't even have a scab.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't even scam. You know, whatever they want to call it, it wasn't real. We don't care. Either
Nobody
way.
has talked about it since.
Yeah, like Tenacious D broke up. That's what came out of the Trump assassination. That's it. Fuck Jack Black.
Well,
But Tenacious D was really just two people, so the two people just had a disagreement and stopped working.
Coward.
He'll be back.
Yeah, it's gonna break up.
It's
give
not
it some
like
time.
5, 6, 7 people.
Coward.
It was just two people.
Give it time.
Pressure. He had a whole ass concert going on. They were on tour. They were literally on tour.
They'll be all right. They're two musical white men with celebrity. They'll be fine.
Nah,
They'll be back. They always come back.
He allowed his cachet to outweigh a friendship, and that's bullshit. You always think of period.
All I know is that
Especially
nigga's son.
Especially when the joke was
Mario
funny.
Luca.
The joke was hilarious.
Everybody was making the same joke.
He just said, "Peach, you're so cool."
I cried in that movie. Let me tell you that.
Did you?
I had no idea. I've been playing Mario since 1986. Never did I think there would be a good Mario movie.
Did you cry tears of joy or
Yes.
tears? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
Because-
did one of those like Denzel and Glory.
Yeah, because that movie.
I'm about to say, what in the movie had you emotional?
You know what it was?
I still haven't seen it
Specifically,
yet. I guess
it
I
was
should
the
probably
part
watch
where they were on Rainbow Road and they drove off the side and ended up on the
man.
road, and I was like, "That's
That's
in
exactly
Mario
what I
Kart."
did when I
Man.
was a kid.
I remember when I actually mastered Rainbow
that was
Road, though. Woo!
Oh yeah,
I
take
feel like a beast.
Also, Mario Kart now, no idea what I'm doing. It's too far. It's too far fetched.
Mario Kart is still amazing. It's fun
I
to
believe
play.
it. I
I've played
can't
in a
win
while.
it anymore though, because
The items are too well
no
predictable now.
I have no
They,
idea. What
depending on where you are in the race, depends on what items you get. They're no longer random anymore.
Moral of the story is Jack Black is dope.
Jack Black is
Kenny was
despite
Jack Black.
to be breaking up.
Fuck Jack Black.
I mean, like you like Jack Black so much that you're sad that the group is messed up, that you feel emotional about it.
No,
That
it's not
means you really
emotion.
like
There's no
Jack
emotion
Black.
here.
You're just angry at the guy you like.
No, I didn't like him that much.
Yes, you
He was
did.
good in school, all right.
I'm just disappointed in a man that you've been somebody's friend for over 20 years and you let a joke stop you from like being a friend. That's bullshit. That's not about Jack Black. That's about something deeper.
A joke happened that made them break up or something.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy in Tenacious D.
Kyle
I don't
Glass.
remember what he said.
He
Jack
it was
Black
his birthday on. It was his
You
birthday on
serious about
tour. It was his birthday on tour, and they like brought out a cake on stage, and it was like make a wish, and he was like, "Next time, don't miss," referring to the shooter's attempt.
Jack Black was like, "Hey, whoa, hey!"
Right. But again, a joke that like everyone was making.
Yeah,
So,
and she was fucking hilarious too.
right.
Great delivery.
You know.
Them Hollywood contracts probably got all types of crazy shit. Jack was like,
Yeah.
my million.
Yeah, it was really important. Jack
I'm never
Black
getting another
be-
video game movie.
It was really important. Jack Black be in 3 video game movies. Really important.
Look, man, it's only but so far Kung Fu Panda's gonna carry him. You gotta get up. You gotta get into another franchise,
The newest
They all
Kung Fu
movie
Panda
number
was
4. It's
dope.
not gonna work.
especially with AI coming for his ass. Oh yeah, he gotta make a physical appearance now.
Well, folks, let's go around the table. I'm not gonna see this movie. Ash, what do you think?
Absolutely not. No.
Amy, that's a thumbs down.
Thumbs all the way down. I give that 2 thumbs down.
I get him titties. 4 thumbs down.
I give him titties.
John the author.
I will go see this movie.
Jimmy Ellis.
I feel as if just like how they cast that funny guy as
Short
Dr.
answer,
Robotnik. That funny guy as Dr. Robotnik.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. They're casting Jack Black as Steve, like even though he doesn't fit him because he's an old man that's fat.
That might
and
be part of
cute and young
Part of the joke.
brown haired dude, but they're just like making up their own story about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be interesting to see what direction they go because they can go in infinite directions because Minecraft doesn't have a definite story; it's just about building stuff. So I feel as if they're gonna make something fun and that's worth watching just to see which way it goes. So I'm very interested in the direction they'll go with this movie. So I give it 2 thumbs up and 2 toes up too because I don't have enough.
Positive.
Jimmy, I wish I could have
Yeah, real talk.
your view on like this man.
I wish I could have that.
I wish I could be you. He's like, you know, this is fun. I had cake and pizza at an anime convention. Like this man is just a ball of sunshine.
Hey, man.
I can't
That's
even be
life.
mad. I can't even be mad at it. I can't.
No, I was like, it's a very positive outlook on.
Yeah, it's like, I can't knock you for that. I ain't gonna see
Cannot
this
knock
shit, but you know,
You're not sure. I couldn't knock it. No, I can't. No, I
but
can't.
he gonna have a good time. He gonna get his little popcorn bucket. You know,
They'll probably have like a axe bucket or some shit.
yeah, they'll have like an axe bucket or the little green gremlin looking things that are, you know,
Zombies.
whatever the fuck they
I know
are.
that. I've never.
The
played.
TNT boxes, it's gonna look all pixelated and shit.
Enderman.
They're gonna have little
They have like
pixelated
an
boxes.
Enderman type
Oh,
of
it's
hand.
gonna be like a box, popcorn box, like it's,
Yeah, looking all pixelated.
See, if you are listening, Minecraft the movie.
Oh, they'll have
You got at least one
you have the
person.
creeper box or creeper
Yeah.
head. You get to eat the popcorn out of the creeper head.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the Ghostbusters movie had the Ghostbuster trap where you ate the
Yeah.
I want the slimer one that goes like.
Boy, they really want y'all to go to the movie.
Oh yeah, they've been really upping the ante with the popcorn buckets.
Yeah, they were taking it to the next level with popcorn. But
Damn, we got to save these theaters. A Minecraft movie features Jason Momoa, Jack Black, Jennifer Coolidge, Steve Carell, Matt Berry from What We Do in Shadows, Jermaine Clement from what was that show?
Jermaine Clement's also from What We Do in the Shadows and
He was in that one show where he was.
Flight of the Conchords.
That's the one.
They really bringing out the.
So they're really bringing out all
And
of
Kate
like,
the comedic heavyweights. Like,
yeah, that's not all the people there. I tell you that much. That's insane.
I can tell you, none of the kids know who the fuck they are
No.
outside of Jack Black.
Actually,
And
they might.
that's-
They got the internet. Who knows what kids?
Also, was that a wig that homeboy was wearing?
Jason
Momoa. That looked like
They
a
look-
wig.
They look like it.
That wig was rough. I hope they fixed that in post.
It's like, who's doing the wigs? Tyler Perry?
Bro, that wig was rough.
They said we spent all the money on the CGI background green screen shit. Just go to Party City.
Yeah, I think that's my issue. I'm tired of movies in green screens. Like that's not a Minecraft thing. That's just like
a movie thing.
A movie thing.
I want more practical shit.
It's just one more movie that's in green screen. I'm just like, God damn it.
Green screen movies are the greatest movies in the world.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, we're not going to have to worry about any of it within the next 2 years because it'll just be AI.
Which is even worse.
And then we'll get the same movie over and over again for real, and we'll miss.
I mean, that's why me and Ash have been saying that, like the horror movies have just been so original because, even when the shit's awful, they aren't using green screens. They're still on the set or on location. Even if it's awful.
They're not adapting books and shit, which there's a lot of like creepy pastas that they pretty much could adapt and no one would know.
Oh no, that's really, there are some adaptations that has to be happening a lot actually that sometimes are like too much, but like they're still fun.
It's not enough though. There's still not enough original shit out there.
No
movie
no. As we watch the trailer for Minecraft.
Hey man, Dread is my favorite action movie. That's not original. But
no, I'm not. But I'm saying I want more original shit out there. Like,
and Dredd was a comic book.
Judge Dredd,
a good.
Not Judge Dredd, but Dredd.
Oh, gotcha.
Judge Dredd was the Stallone one. Dredd was the good one.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the Judge Dredd remake, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That movie is fan-fucking-tastic. Also, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah,
two of the best action movies over the past.
I would not choose an older woman over a young girl. I would have dated Knives Cho.
Knives was like 15.
Yeah.
Oh, she was 18 or 17.
No, she was 15.
In the movie.
17.
Yeah.
The whole point was that she was underage, and everybody's looking at Scott like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What's happening? You can drink, sir." With that was our review.
I still don't retract my statement.
That was our.
She wasn't even that old. She was like 40. She was his age.
We're
so close, Mike. You were so close.
We're gonna do shout outs.
Yeah, you were so
close. Kenny calls
close.
them.
Shouts and murmurs.
Wow. I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Ellis. Thank you for returning. We'll have you back many, many times. Yay. Unless, of course, you saying that you would date a 17-year-old gets put in the wrong context from a clip.
I mean, I'm still trying to parse it over here.
It was a joke. He didn't mean it. He was just playing around.
He's
like, what?
He's awfully quiet over there.
I just meant I would date a younger girl over an older girl. I don't mean a 17-year-old girl.
Put an age on it. I'm handing you a way out.
20.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. Still pretty young. She can't drink, but fine.
Just never answer that question ever.
Josh, like, my client will be taking no more questions.
No more questions.
No more relationship questions, guys. This is like whatever the good Lord sends me.
There you go.
Put God in it, you'll be all right.
Jesus is Lord.
There you go.
Thank you for coming again, Jimmy Ellis. Thank you, John the author, for coming back. Yeah. Don't make it the last time. Next time we got to get you to perform. Next time Elgin will be here.
He's retired.
I am retired.
We'll see. That's what it will make it special. It'll be a post-retirement performance. Yeah. I want to thank Kenny and Ashley. Thank you all for being here.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, it's fine.
You're here. That's all that matters.
At least we didn't have to stop.
Unlike drunk ass Steve with his drunk self.
He drink?
I know he's being responsible.
Yeah.
He's like,
not getting us to stop the whole show to go downstairs and let him in.
Yeah.
Hopefully
he don't have a hangover. Shout outs to Steve.
Drink some water, Steve. Shout out to DJ L. Okari, who was with the family of John Vietnam to celebrate his life. Rest in peace to John Vietnam. Shout out to my partner Nikki. Shout out to Rashayla Brown, who's a great visual artist I went to school with here in Chicago. She's over in London. She's got a solo show in London. Yeah. And with that, I will pass my shout outs to John the author.
Is he asleep?
John.
Is he asleep?
Lazarus.
Dude, shout out to him.
I man had a
shout
whole
out.
cup of liquor.
So let me put my glasses on.
Well, bro was knocked out.
Somebody turn the radio down. I got to do
John the narcoleptic.
That's the funniest shit.
Hey, Harriet Tubman.
Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to BlurdDotRadio for having me here. I've been watching you guys just do amazing things and stay consistent for almost 10 years now, and that's not easy, man. That's really not easy. I had podcasts and platforms that I created that after a couple of months I was like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? So to see you guys, continuously stay consistent and then like the quality just continuously grow. I just want to make this shout out and dedicate this shout out to you all, man, because we need more really, really good, cool, down to earth people in the culture that are showing their face. So yeah, that's what this shout out is to.
Thank you. Jimmy Ellis.
Shout out to my sister Karita Ellis, who said she'd be watching this. So
hey,
if you're watching, shout out to you, Karita.
Shout out,
Karita. That's my big cousin.
Shout out to Johnny for being Johnny. He likes to be called John the author. He was called J Bake before. I like J Bake more than John the author. But
why the fuck did I just drink the rest of that, my lord?
You love it.
Delicious.
Shout out to Malort for being the
That's what gets you over
most
this
delicious, most sweetest drink ever.
Like once you took your glasses off, you was done.
Shout out to Mike Stidham for being a great host who knows how to be a great host. Shout out to Thimbo Cole for his excellent comments and sparkly personality. Shout out to Virtual Ash for Ashley, because I've never been on
you sparkly,
a show with a VTuber or a V, except for these 2 times I've been on with her. So I can say I've been on a show with a virtual tuber, a virtual Twitcher, and that's great. Shout out to you, Ashley, and shout outs to myself because I'm a dope ass nigga.
Shout out to Snoop Dogg.
Booyaka.
Who I believe said that first. Kenny.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my team, my football team that is a Chicago Bear team. We beat the Titans today. Let's go, Bears.
The Bears actually won. Ain't that some shit?
I do believe.
Sports bitch. That's our motto we yell in this house when the team wins. We just sports bitch. So shout out to the Chicago Bears. Sorry the Cleveland Browns lost.
Hey man, they be doing that.
Listen, you all have some great mascot. Brownie the Elf is a goddamn delight, and he deserves a team that is good at its job. I mean, you have a good defense, but you have a terrible quarterback. I'm sorry.
Every year, good defense, bad coaching, bad staff.
Dude, Myles Garrett is the biggest fucking nerd. Also, that nigga is jacked, but he plays D&D and he decorates his home for Halloween with tombstones of all the men he sacked.
That's fucking hilarious.
A goddamn treasure. So football is fun and football is back. So I'm feeling normal. Fall is in the air. My allergies are flared up, so I sound.
Dear God, it hasn't even been cold that long.
It's been cold for too long. It hasn't even. It's barely hit mid-70s.
The leaves started falling last week, and I have been congested since Monday. It's just fuck. Can we just
COVID test this week? I was like, am I sick? Did I get?
It's no. It's just the changing of the seasons. Which I love fall, but I don't love the transition.
Fall allergies, not fun.
the transition to fall is always a pain in the ass for me, physically. So shout out to
emotionally for me.
I say shout out to all my people with allergies. Make sure you taking care of yourself physically and emotionally. Take care of yourself. This shit's hard out here.
For the next 6 months, 8 months, until next May, we gotta look out for ourselves emotionally because it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get cold.
It's gonna be weird, man.
You're not gonna be able to open the windows, and there's not gonna be a lot of
I'm just saying, and I will just say, like for people like myself who are immunocompromised, you should be wearing a mask. Like COVID is not going away. Like, not to be like super deep, but we're always deep here. Like, protect yourself.
For sure. Protect your literal neck.
Yes,
because COVID will close it off in your day. Ash,
message.
You can do this, I believe.
Yeah. Shout outs to everyone. Jimmy is like the most positive nigga I've encountered in a long time. It's heartwarming, really. Shout outs to the narcoleptic and
Harriet Tubman was a narcoleptic and be putting narcoleptics in a bad state.
And shout outs to my friend. She will be here next Tuesday? 9/11. She'll be here for the week. So now I gotta clean my fucking house.
Is she gonna be on the show?
Maybe. Yeah, she might still be. I think. She leaves next Monday, so she might be able to find a spot in the house and she can do the show. We're not coming to the studio. But,
how are you guys celebrating 9/11?
Well, she's flying on an airplane, so there's. I know the flights are cheaper apparently because she's flying out of if not New Jersey, then out of New York, which I'm like, girl,
incredible.
She look, I like me a deal too.
So what you're telling me is that you started flying on 9/11.
She is flying on 9/11. The evening of 9/11, she is flying to Chicago, and I'm like, girl, I couldn't do it. I don't even like to leave the house on 9/11. Like,
if I could, real quick, and this is, I should have said this first. My mother's birthday is on the 10th, so shout out to her.
My brother's birthday's on the 10th.
Nice.
My mom was freaking the fuck out when she was pregnant. She's like, I don't want to get birth on 9/11. She probably stressed herself into early labor.
Could be.
Knowing my mom, she probably did.
That was
baby brother.
Yeah, I was about to say 9/11. I was in college.
Yeah, baby brother was born September 10th. Stressed herself right into labor.
Good. She used her willpower to get that baby out of it.
Yes, yeah. Either before or after. It better not be on the lead. Yo, all right, let me go ahead and evacuate this damn room.
All right, fine.
I guess I'll come out now in 9 months.
You have been watching BlurdDotRadio, BlurdDotRadio. Join us next week, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, love, peace, hair grease. Remember to read a book.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Hold on, what are we gonna go off?
Lazarus.
All right, I'm going to eat dinner.
Yes.